Royal Ramble Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Royal Ramble Radio Show. I am your host, one of the hosts, Brian. Wait for it. Wait for it.
What are you waiting for?
Schmidt.
Brian? Oh, okay. It gets me every time.
And today, it's me and Tristan.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
we're a two-man booth.
The two-man booth now. But we do have a guest.
Yeah.
Who?
Who? Famously known from the YouTube world, I guess. Mr. David Lee from David Knows Wrestling. Hi, Dave.
Hey, what is going on? Thank you for having me on.
Anytime. You know, you're more than welcome here at any time. Since your studio's like 2 doors down.
Well, I appreciate it, Brian. And Tristan as well.
Yeah, what's up?
Mike.
You guys are assholes.
What'd I do? I said I appreciate it.
Right, but you had like a condescending tone to what you were saying.
No, I just think you're hearing things.
I think
Okay.
he's hearing. Mike, excuse me.
You guys are assholes.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been 2 weeks.
Has it
Fourth. Has it? Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there was a holiday that happened.
That's
There was,
right.
and we took a break.
We took a break.
Right.
Yep.
Celebrating the day that Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum saved us from aliens.
No. That's when Bill Paxton made that wonderful.
Ah.
We're talking about
speech.
Twister.
Yeah.
What did Bill Paxton say? Oh, wait. Okay, I really don't know what we're talking about.
I see that.
Why doesn't that shock me, Laz? Educate him, please.
Educate me. Put me on.
Yeah, right.
If it's not a taquito, he doesn't want to know
This is
about
true.
it.
If it's not a taquito, he doesn't know about it.
Okay, wow. Hilarious.
I know, right?
Okay, what did Bill Paxton say?
It's that famous Independence Day.
And it's Bill Pullman, not Bill Paxton.
Okay.
Oh, so he's not educated. See, if it wasn't a taquito, he wouldn't know.
I don't eat taquitos. You know that.
We don't need taquito.
I don't eat taquitos. I don't need them.
Yeah.
I don't need them at all.
It's the day that Bill Pullman, President Bill Pullman.
Don't blow Dave's gimmick. Thanks, Kasima. Love you too. We are, as the Ramble Nation does know, Kasima is taking a break from the show.
Right.
She is recharging, coming back full head, strong, with all the wrestling news. So
And don't blame her.
we're going to talk about that today. We're also
Yeah.
going to talk about Raw. We're going to talk Raw, SmackDown. We're going to talk Fight for the Fallen, which happens Saturday. We're going to talk about some of Extreme Rules. We're going to talk about that card. And we're going to talk about why Evolve's on WWE Network on that Saturday. So,
Whoa.
whoa.
Yeah, yes.
Whoa, I can't believe that you guys are disrespecting me right now.
Why?
What'd I do?
What'd I do?
Again?
It's my holiday.
What do you mean it's your holiday?
It's 7-Eleven, baby.
Oh,
free
that's
slurp,
right.
free Slurpee.
Yes, free
How could you guys forget?
I had 3 already.
But how could you forget?
Do we need to explain?
Well, it's after 7, so the holiday is officially over.
This is true.
Whoa. It's
This
never
is very true.
It's 11 to 7.
It was
It is
11
now
a.m. to
over.
7 p.m.
It's
Come on,
never
Dave.
it's never over for me because I can just go and just buy me a Slurpee.
You know what? I got 2 coupons for it. So
Then it's not
Yeah.
a holiday anymore.
Yeah, I
then
know.
it's just
not
a day.
holiday.
Well, the day's not done.
Yes, it is.
Although,
It's gonna flood in New Jersey in about 2 seconds.
You know it might.
Yeah.
It is Free Slurpee Day. Free Slurpee Day ends when they stop giving out the free Slurpees.
How many Slurpees did you guys get today? Did you participate?
Dose.
Brian's holding up 3 fingers. You're holding up 2. Wow, and I only got 1. Wow, that's
Yeah.
shocking.
So
Why do you think I'm
apparently
so
we celebrate harder than you.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't-
our holiday.
So it's our holiday.
Our holiday.
What are you talking about?
I don't need that much sugar running through my bloodstream. I really don't.
Really?
I really don't.
Really? And how many taquitos are you gonna have after we leave the show?
I mean, I don't have to have taquitos after the show.
You know what? Hold on. You texted me. What was it? Monday, and no, actually it was Tuesday morning. I'm in my work, in my shoot job, just doing insurance stuff. He texted me. You know how I don't like to, go by what food is advertised on TV?
You talk well.
I'm talking about our conversation.
Well, tell the story, right? Not just TV. It's I always complain. If you follow me on at
You do
Twitter,
always
at the,
complain, that's
at the,
true.
at the
Yeah,
Real
this
Big
is
Trish.
true.
Shut up.
Mike.
I always complain that there's so many food commercials doing Monday Night Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
So he's like, I usually don't follow and, go on what they suggest. So I text him, okay, so what'd you do? He went to Burger King.
Uh-huh.
And right now at Burger King, they have dollar tacos. See here, Burger King, you're getting free advertisement for us. So you better send us some, tacos or something.
They're not going to.
I
You never know.
You never know.
If you already advertise for them, why would they pay you after the fact?
Listen,
to be generous, corporations are always nice.
Pringles sent me a free can of Pringles.
It's called a kickback.
There you go. So,
Yeah, if you do it beforehand. But anyway, continue your story.
and I asked them after he ate it, how was it? And Tristan, for the people at home, was it a good taco or was it a crappy taco?
All right, so I would not say that the taco from Burger King is a great taco, but I definitely wouldn't say it's a worst taco by any means whatsoever. I feel that the taco, well, I don't feel, I know that the taco I ate, it's compared to, it's 2 a.m., and you just get out the bar, and you need something to eat. Where do you go? You go to Burger King and get them shitty-ass tacos.
You could have
Or you
done
go
a
find a
burger.
taco truck
You could, no, the taco,
Get a
at
burger.
2 o'clock in the morning.
taco truck would put that to shame. So, it's one of those things you had to try. It's only $1. So I advise people to go out there and spend
I don't.
full bills. Don't get back change. Just spend the full bill and get tacos. We're not going to ask how many I got.
Absolutely not.
You know, this
How
is
many
the
did you, no, I'm going to ask. How many did you get?
No, so we're not going to ask.
I asked it.
I got enough.
And I got a text message asking, how many did you eat?
Oh, my God. Okay, fine, 10.
I'm going to throw this.
How many?
10.
10.
But they're small.
10.
They're small.
10?
Brian, but they're small. They're small. They're not like the 7-Eleven tacos that you eat.
Why are you blasting me right now? On my...
I could tell you ate a lot of them.
Yeah. Did you work out today?
I did, actually.
Did you?
I did some push-ups.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he
You
had
did
to
some
lift
push-ups?
those. He had to lift those 10 tacos to his mouth.
No, that was not today. Watch your tone.
It's called killing time, people. Anyway.
Why are we killing time? We just started. We can jump right into Raw and
All right,
SmackDown.
let's talk about Raw last week.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
who remembers Raw? Well, Raw 2 weeks ago actually was a breath of fresh
Yeah, it
air.
was.
Oh, my God. So, first match of the night is Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now, initially going into this, I'm like, we're going to have another Lashley-Strowman match after last week's tug of war nonsense. Boy, yowie wowie, was I surprised.
You can't use yowie wowie for that. Yowie wowie means something else.
Yeah.
Winky face.
Winky face.
Uh-huh.
I was very surprised they went that far. I don't understand. And the camera angles made it look like it just looked like it actually was not, it wasn't a work.
No, it was shoot. Like,
It was shoot. Yeah,
it was shoot.
I
Like,
know it was.
There's nothing that's a work in pro wrestling.
Mark Peer says BK is trash. I love the onion ring sauce. That's about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see. I have Facebook up
I
there.
used
I'm looking at it right here. Thanks, Mark, for checking in on the chat.
once upon a time,
Mm.
chicken tenders tasted different than they do now, and the way they used to taste were amazing. If you remember,
I don't remember that.
I'm talking like in the late '80s, chicken
But-
tenders were different.
Remember,
completely different than
he's
they
a
are
young boy right
I was
here.
about to say, in the 80s, I was only 4 from 1985 to 1989. But anyway, talking about, how it's changed and you remember it, it's the same exact thing with Raw.
Yeah.
Like, we remembered Raw being great. And don't get it wrong. I think that Raw was on the up and up for the past couple weeks, and last week was like the crescendo. I think that last week's Raw was extremely good, but then
unintended extreme.
and then
Oh, not intended?
Not yet.
and
Not yet.
then this week's, it was not so well. However, I do want to say shout out to Tony the Trash Man. Tony the Trash Man is a good friend of mine. Preacher Phineas James, if you guys don't know who he is. Him and I used to work together in BWO. And he was the booker for CZW, and right now he runs the training school for H2O Wrestling down there in South Jersey. And we also saw the one half of the Amazing Graysons.
Yes, that's
on there
right.
as well, too.
They were on Raw as well.
Uh-huh.
It's which of the Graysons was it?
You know what it is? I just call him brother. You just say, "Hey, brother, how's it going? How's it going, brother?"
Good brother, what's up?
And also you had Juicy Justin Carino on there as well too. So 3 people that I was watching that show. I'm like, they booked half of New Jersey and New York and
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
they did. Yeah, they did, and they booked it right. Now, do we think Paul had a hand in the actual directing or the executiveness of that show with that Strowman spot?
You know, it's easy to say yes because it's different. Because we knew something different went on. Do we definitively know?
No.
We really don't know.
And we probably never will.
And you know what? Do we need to know?
No.
No. But not only was it different, but different camera angles is something that Paulie is known for. And it is something that, even Shane had tried when he first took over SmackDown. It is something that I would say it does. It's not just because it's different, but utilizing the camera in different ways is definitely something Paulie is aware of.
That was the one thing that had my eyes like, oh, okay, we have different camera angles now. This is a good thing. I mean, like this is a breath, like almost like it was just a change that we all needed.
And so while he's not the only one capable of doing that, as I said, Shane has done it, I do think it is a signature of Paulie. And he also took a vested interest in Braun and Bobby Lashley last week. So it would make sense that he would continue this this week.
So I'm trying to think what else happened that night besides Maria Kanellis saying that she's pregnant to the world. And that
You're talking about 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago,
So 2 weeks ago, to put 2 weeks into a nutshell, WWE felt like they were tiptoeing outside of the PG era, and they were going into the possible PG-13.
Yeah.
And it's not really PG-13 until you start seeing butt cheeks and side boob. So right now,
we've seen side boob.
From who?
Alexa.
That doesn't really count, though. Like that's not real.
You hear him? He's salivating over there.
Behave yourself. I don't really think that they would show side boob, but I'm saying that's when we get into PG-13.
The intern walked in on her chain.
She was like this.
That was not last week.
That was like
but you said when we get it, we got it.
We got it. We got side boob.
Oh, you guys are savages. How dare you remember that?
I'm never gonna forget it.
Wow. Okay.
I'm never gonna give it up.
But I think
ever.
But so going into this week's Raw, the issue was that the mixed match was supposed to be the main event.
Yeah.
And granted, things change.
Yeah.
They put Roman on as the main event with his mystery partner.
Well, this was this week.
That was this week, right?
Yep.
Right. And I think that his mystery partner was supposed to be somebody else. Who do you think that? Because right now we had Cedric Alexander,
which
as his mystery partner.
Spoilers.
And I think that it's already
Thursday.
Hence spoilers.
And I think
all
that,
over the internet.
I think that went over like a fart in church. Like it was good. It was good that we got him there. But why didn't they win? It would have been nice if they won.
Yeah.
Shane's got to look strong.
But why does Shane have to look strong? Shane is like Teflon. Shane is the heat magnet. He's supposed to go in there and get heat.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Paulie's fingerprints are not on the Shane Roman angle.
Not at all.
Let me tell you who I think it was supposed to be. Kofi Kingston.
No.
Yes.
I hear you on that.
You know why it's Kofi Kingston? Because Shane McMahon is involved in both stories.
And Kofi is hurt right now,
yes.
so it makes sense that
that's the only reason why you probably wouldn't see him. You saw we did get Kofi on SmackDown, but it wasn't in a wrestling role. It was more of a hey, get dressed, go out there and let everybody know that you're still champion, remain relevant. Like the thing they didn't do with Asuka.
Yeah.
So that's what they did with Kofi. It would have been great if it was Kofi and it went over. I'm like, oh wow, he got one up on Shane.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't cool.
No, I'll give you that.
I honestly was hoping that they picked Tony the Trash Man. That's what I was going for.
It was this Raw this past week was very lackluster compared to
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Last week.
I'm gonna say last week. They had it right last week with both Raw and SmackDown.
They still had their holes in Raw last week, but it was overlooked by 3 major Paulie segments.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so let's... The people that listen to us at Royal Ramble Radio and they watch us on Twitch and everything else like that, they look to us for us... They want to hear what we think. So I don't think that we're doing them a justice if we say that Raw wasn't good. Why wasn't Raw good? Because there was a poll on the Royal Ramble Radio Facebook page, and the majority of the people voted that SmackDown was a better show.
Yes.
And the reason why I would put SmackDown as a better show is because I'm gonna let you guys go first. Why do you think that
It's a better show because we're going first?
Why do you think? Because the reason why I personally think that SmackDown was a better show was the reason why that Raw wasn't a good show this week.
The Kevin Owens opening for SmackDown says it all for me.
This current past SmackDown?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I have it
in terms of why this
on clip.
week SmackDown was the better show versus Raw, the Kevin Owens segment said it all. He is voicing the frustrations about, they promised us no authority figures, and that was a crock. There are tons of talent just not being utilized, and there's too much Shane McMahon. Now, I'm not complaining too much about the Shane McMahon thing. It doesn't bother me as much.
You're in a very big minority, my friend.
No. Don't get me wrong.
It doesn't bother me either.
If I was booking it, I'd scale it back. And I also understand people's frustrations with it. However, I also understand that is his purpose. He needs to be aggravating. Let's put it this way. Let's look at the years of Cena. Let's look at the years of Roman Reigns, where they put them on TV a lot and people were complaining that they were shoving them down your throat.
Yeah.
Why don't they turn them heel? So here's a guy who's a heel, who's a McMahon, who's doing the exact thing they said they wouldn't do, and they're intentionally shoving him down your throats. They're doing exactly what you wanted them to do with somebody else. So I'll let it have a pass. Hopefully this goes somewhere. I don't think that it will, but if it goes somewhere, it goes for. I'm okay with it. But Kevin Owens had a nice pipe bomby-esque kind of delivery to it.
Which, if you want to hear it right now, I have it all set up. So thank you, WWE.com, for the audio.
Cut the music. I got something to say. You know what? Last week I came out here and I spoke the truth about Dolph Ziggler. But it looks like tonight someone else needs to hear the truth, and that's Shane McMahon. Now I've sat back and tried to be a good guy, a good company guy, and not piss anyone off for too long, and I'm done with that because it doesn't get me anything. So you know what? A while ago, I watched the entire McMahon family come out in this ring and say, hey, right now, from now on, we're going to listen to the fans and give the audience what they want. But the only thing that's happened since then is Shane McMahon has gotten more power, more authority, and more TV time than anyone. And trust me when I say that nobody watching ever wanted that.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah, and so when you take that and take something that's real, blurring the lines of shoot and work, I like that. And that's exactly what we wanted from Raw, and that's what we got from Raw last week. And especially since Raw last week was so good, we were expecting something like that for this week, and we didn't get it.
No, we didn't.
But,
yes.
But why? Why was SmackDown better than Raw? You're saying SmackDown was only better than Raw because what it sounds like you're saying, David, that SmackDown was only better than Raw is because Kevin Owens came out there and spoke what we were all thinking.
Well,
like, believe it or not, and I've said this before on past episodes of the show that you can listen to on RoyRambleRadio.com on demand. If you don't believe that WWE watches and reads everything that's on Twitter, you're sadly mistaken.
Oh no, it's not that they're not aware of it. It's the fact that they don't implement it. But it's not just that he gave that promo. I'm saying that the reasons why SmackDown was better is for the things he mentioned. But we can also go beyond that because the matches on SmackDown were better than Raw. Like the
Nakamura and Finn.
Yeah, an intergender tag match elimination makes no sense.
It was wonky, yes.
But the logistics of it make no sense because as soon as one person's eliminated,
now it's a singles match.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
It's wonky.
It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So this whole 2 out of 3 falls thing, I understand why they're doing it, or whatever nonsense they're doing just to work around the commercial breaks. They have got to cut it out because it just kills matches.
The reason why I think that SmackDown was better than Raw was solely because the main event. I think we got a much better main event on SmackDown than Raw.
Yeah,
and again, I agree with what you're saying. If you are on Twitter, I do live tweet at the Real Big Tris on Twitter doing Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-views. I did say that I'm not a fan of the 2 out of 3. For me, I'm okay with a match ending doing a commercial because that's more real.
Yeah.
Okay, and then coming back and showing me the replay, and then moving on. But for you to make it a one-on-one match, it's me and Brian and I work in the ring. Then Dave, then you come in and you jump us. I mean, you jump Brian because I'm the heel, you're the heel too. And then you jump Brian, and then Kasima comes out to help you, Brian, and then we go to commercial break and come back and have a tag match.
Okay, my question is, why am I the babyface? Why can't I be the bad guy?
Because you're not a bad guy material. Like, you help old ladies cross the street.
I don't.
That's not heel material.
No, I kick them to the freaking ground into the puddle.
That's nasty.
Why would you
kick an old person? You're not even a heel. You're an asshole.
Because they're easy to fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Duh.
Wow. I hope you feel great about yourself.
I do feel great about myself.
Aren't you listening? I win.
It's sad that I'm even in New Jersey.
Okay, we're going off the point. So
Yeah.
so now we're in a tag match.
Yeah.
So now all the other people in the other studios, they come in here and start pulling us apart because we're brawling, and now we're having a battle royal.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
know,
It
so-
makes no sense, and that it's happened week after week after week.
Yeah.
That makes even
But
less
but
sense.
this is what Teddy Long did too, back when Teddy Long was doing his tenure on SmackDown. We're gonna have a tag team match, and that's
holla,
what it turns
playa.
into. It's just
But this is every segment.
Yes, I know it's every segment.
segment.
I'll put it this way. I want them, and I've been wanting to this. I mean, we were talking before we went on air about how Raw was different, and is it nostalgia goggles or what? Well, I recently on my channel, Dave Knows Wrestling, reviewed my favorite episode of Raw ever, which is from the Attitude Era. When you looked at Attitude Era time period, they did have their keys to success. They did map things out well.
Yep.
I don't like giving Vince Russo credit, but he does do television scheduling well. I don't think he's the only one who could do it well. I think they could hire, anybody else to do it. But one of the major components of wrestling matches back in the Attitude Era, the matches on Raw were short. They were very,
they were less
very
than
short.
6 minutes.
And some of them were 2 minutes. Some of them were a minute and change. And that sounds terrible. But I'd rather have that. Why? Because it makes pay-per-view matches special when you have them go on for 10, 15 minutes or more. And on top of that, the biggest reason, keeps the boys safe. If you're wrestling a 60-second match, I don't have to worry about someone breaking their neck and missing the next year because they have to have surgery.
But you know what the issue is, that back in the day, in the Attitude Era, I believe they had less people on the roster, and they were able to cycle more people through. Now they have so much more people on the TV. They have less people. They cycle through less people. So like my whole issue too as well is they have more people to write the television.
But
so like dedicate people to write for certain people. I don't know how it works. I haven't been there yet, but it's just that yes, the Attitude Era was good, but obviously it's like the rotary phone. It's not coming back.
No, and it doesn't have to. But I do want the short matches, 2-3 minute matches. Call it a day. That way you never work. And plus, it's a planned television show. It's not like you don't know when you're going to commercials. So you allot your time. If you have 7 minutes in between commercial breaks, then make sure you have a match that doesn't go over 7 minutes.
True.
It's not complicated.
True. Give you a 6-minute match.
Right.
That's not bad.
That's all I'm asking for.
Then send them a letter. Or they are hiring for writers. You should get on the writing team.
I've applied multiple times.
Oh, they didn't hire you?
I got a phone.
There's no selling the hire.
I got a phone interview. That's the closest I got.
They probably watch your show. Dave Knows
Probably.
Wrestling.
Same thing happened with me in What Culture.
Really?
What culture's a big thing?
They were hiring, yeah.
Oh, I
This
don't know.
was years ago. Though.
Oh,
This was
okay.
before I ever had the YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so all I'm saying is, but also again, because one of my biggest things is safety for the boys. If you're having quick matches that don't have a lot of high spots in it, the match goes 7 minutes maximum. So you don't have to worry about people getting injured as often. You keep the boys safe. I would have it where most of your matches are 5 minutes or below, and your main event maybe is a 10, 15-minute match, and that's it. And I wouldn't even mind it if they were jobbers that you were going through for these quick, 5-minute matches.
Enhancement talent or extras.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Yes. Enhancement talent. Doing the JOB for the PPV.
David Waitford Schmidt is checking on the chat on Facebook and says, what culture is actually a good watch? And Dave, thanks for checking in the chat. So is Royal Ramble Radio. We're live every Thursday from 7 to 9.
My brother from another mother.
Hey, let me... Okay, so...
For the record, I wasn't bashing What Culture.
I know you weren't.
Okay.
I don't think Dave thinks that you were... bashing what
You gotta
culture,
make
Dave?
sure.
I think that Dave Waitford Schmidt, he was just chiming in.
Yeah, live chat. You know how you have live chat on your stream that you do?
You have live chat on your stream?
Oh, he does. Yeah, and I check in all the time.
Brian's been on it.
I've been on it. I don't get any pop for it, but I've been on.
Oh, so wait a minute. You're on his chat and he no-sells you?
Yeah.
You've been live on the show, and I give you a shout-out every time you pop up in the chat room.
But wait a minute. You didn't invite me to be on the show.
Yeah, put 2 and 2 together there, buddy.
You're an asshole. I hope you have diarrhea. Okay, so
If I have Burger King tacos, I might.
Nah, you probably won't. Let me give you this real quick. Okay, so we got a mixed match, Extreme Rules match going on this Sunday. All right, so on Raw you had, we talked about it briefly.
Yeah.
On Raw you had Andrade and Zelina Vega. They took on the Man, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
So the man's man and the man.
Right.
Okay.
So like, do you feel that the ladies should not be allowed to touch the men and vice versa?
Okay. So this past weekend, I'm gonna just reference Impact right now. You had Sami Callihan versus Tessa Blanchard.
Right.
Probably match of the night right there. Intergender match that was a really well done match, and it really opened up a lot of avenues for that. So my opinion is, if they go in, I'm not a professional wrestler. I've never trained. I've never done anything like that. I've done, you're a spokesperson in the ring. That's it. I've never gotten involved in the ring whatsoever. If they step in the circle, they should. If they step in the squared circle, they should be able to touch the men too.
I mean,
well, not that
can we
way.
word this differently?
Okay. Yeah. If you go into a mixed tag match, intergender match, a mixed tag match, I'm going to say mixed tag. If a woman gets tagged in and it's so if Becky's standing across from Andrade, I would like to see that. If it was Becky across from Cena, I would like to see that. So yes, I think the men and women should be able to wrestle each other.
So do you think that Becky Lynch, if Becky's standing across the ring from Baron Corbin this Sunday,
yeah,
do you think that Becky should put hands on Baron Corbin?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think
Dave?
she should.
See, I have no real strong opinion on intergender wrestling because I see both points.
But intergender wrestling is just wrestling at the end of the day.
Yeah. My issue with it is as long as it makes sense, because if I don't have this uncomfortableness. So I know some people are against it because they have like an uncomfortableness. And I will admit there are certain knee-jerk reactions that feel weird. Like when Nia Jax entered the Royal Rumble and watching her get kicked in the face, yeah, I do have that instantaneous, ooh, like, why am I looking at this? But in the end of the day, I don't care because I understand that Nia Jax is going to be taking it.
Okay, so if you see on Sunday,
Phrasing.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah, right.
Becky Lynch, if you see Becky Lynch standing across the ring from Baron Corbin, should Becky Lynch put her hands on Baron Corbin?
Yeah, well, as I was saying, it's a case-by-case basis. In that specific example, yeah, because I thoroughly believe Becky could destroy Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
I think that Becky Lynch should not put her hands on Baron Corbin.
Why?
Because she's the babyface. I think it should be the other way around. I think Lacey should put her hands on Seth. And Seth Rollins just keeps trying to hold himself back.
Yeah.
Till eventually he's like, you know what, I'm going to have to whoop your ass. And right when he's about to whoop ass, Baron Corbin comes in, and then Becky can lay him out.
So we're going to get a tease of it and then not happen.
So then Seth Rollins gets to keep face because he never put his hands on a woman.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that's great. I think that's good heat right there.
So you kind of wanted like how Ronda did to Triple H at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense.
But yep. So
Like that, not
like
exactly
she's just slap. Lacey's just slapping Seth Rollins all over the place, and Becky gets in there, and then they're doing their thing, and then they get back in there again, and right when he's holding her about to punch her.
Right.
Baron Corbin comes in, and the man comes in and cuts Baron Corbin off, and those two roll out, and Baron Corbin and Becky do their thing.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a really good way to get some heat on Lacey and Baron Corbin. And at the end of the match, never have Seth Rollins touch Lacey Evans.
Right.
Because at the end, then he's still a baby. He's still, you know what? The only reason that he'll be a bigger babyface at the end is because he was the bigger man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you do think at some point Becky should hit Corbin?
Yes, of course.
So you were okay with
of course.
it eventually?
Yes.
Okay.
She should hit him in the match. They should tease up to it. They shouldn't give it to us right away.
It shouldn't happen right away. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. SmackDown, we had Finn lose to Shinsuke.
Mm-hmm.
First time Shinsuke's been on TV in...
Who knows? But I am
maybe about 3 weeks. Let's give him 3
No,
weeks.
more than that.
Yeah?
I am
More than that.
wondering, are they turning him face, or are they going...
Who, Shinsuke?
Yeah, are they going to be teasing... Are they teasing that... Did anyone else get that vibe?
I didn't.
No?
Because there was a beatdown at the end.
I understand.
I just don't feel like that they put all this effort to making Shinsuke a heel, and then he
A lot of effort, right?
yeah, right.
But yeah, Tristan, I mean, I don't know. Do you feel it?
I was looking for the number for WWE headquarters so you can call them if you really want to know if they were going to turn Shinsuke heel. Since we don't need it anymore,
No, I'm just saying. Do you feel their vibe that they might be easing off on the Shinsuke heel turn?
I think that Shinsuke is a great wrestler, and I think that Shinsuke is better as a babyface. They need to hit the reset button on Shinsuke.
Yeah,
I
they do.
agree. But
Yeah.
then that's what I almost thought this was.
Yeah.
I know he's still a heel now, but I feel like they are going to be lightening the load.
There was one thing that did happen on Raw that actually got the New Japan nerd in me going.
Okie dokie.
The revival of Gallows and Anderson,
The club. The Bullet Club.
and the mention of his hot Asian wife, which has been a rolling gimmick in the club for God knows how long.
I would like it if they called themselves the Cease and Desist Club.
I don't think they're going to do that.
No, they won't. But I think it would be funny.
It would be funny. But yeah,
I can't believe they resigned.
I'm shocked too. I'm shocked that they resigned.
Sometimes it's not. It's about the opportunity that you can get.
I get it. I'm not faulting for them. I'm just surprised. Same thing with Mike and Maria.
Yeah, which she's pregnant, so obviously they
Joke's on you again. We also count just.
But you know what though? I think that at the end of the day, that right now, I'm not saying that AEW is not a viable place to go work, but you're getting put on a worldwide stage in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like everybody when you tell people, hey, look, wrestling, they always ask you what kind of wrestling. They don't say WCW wrestling. They don't say ECW wrestling.
No, they don't.
They always say WWF or WWE wrestling. So, like, you know, by them being with the WWE or remaining with the WWE right now, I think it's still good for them.
Hey, I get it.
It's good for Dean Ambrose to go because there's not too many big WWE stars there. It's only him.
And he was already a millionaire.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It was him. It's him, Cody, Goldust, and Jericho. Those are the 4 biggest stars that were in WWE.
He's already a millionaire, plus his wife is still collecting that money.
Right.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And I think you bring up an interesting point, or at least you made me think of something, is that while a lot of people are criticizing the 5-year deal, the long-term deal that WWE is signing these guys to, look at it this way. You might take $500,000 for 5 years from WWE because you don't know if there will be an AEW in 5 years.
That's true.
And I'm not saying there won't be.
Right.
I want them to
and I
be
hope
around.
there is.
Yeah, I hope there's an AEW in 5 years. I'm just saying that might be the approach they're taking at it. So, yeah, maybe AEW is offering you similar money, but you don't know how much longer you're going to get that money
Right.
for.
Because right now you can be with WWE as I don't know, Seth Rollins, and you could be the hottest thing on 2 legs. Right. And then you go to AEW, and then AEW, God forbid, fails.
Right.
And now you're trying to come back, crawling to WWE. Your star power is not that big anymore.
Yeah,
because you lost some of your glitz and your glamour.
Yeah.
So I will say
Some of your smile.
So in a defense, no, losing your smile is code for blowing your paycheck up your nose. We're talking about something different.
Oh. Okay.
Possibly, but yeah. But that's the issue. So I think in defense of a lot of people staying, I will give them that. Although I'm still surprised that it happened. I understand there is a reason for it, and I'm not knocking them for it. But I am still surprised that Mike and Maria and Gallows and Anderson are staying. That is shocking to me. Uso staying, not a surprise.
Right.
Yeah.
But these guys staying, that's like that is kind of shocking.
So on SmackDown, Bayley and Nikki Cross signed contracts for Sunday's SmackDown Women Titles match, despite the peculiar absence of Alexa Bliss.
Who's sick.
Cross's victory on Raw in the Beat the Clock challenge allowed her to choose the stipulation and insert herself into a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Poor baby.
So, like, my whole point, and yes, Alexa Bliss was sick. I did
baby.
tweet to her on Twitter that she should try some honey and lime. That's usually, my mother used to give that to me when I was a kid.
Keep it up, and I'm tweeting to Sasha Banks. Keep it up.
You can. Oh, that's your girl. Oh, my bad, bro. My bad, bro. So, what do you guys think about this 2-on-1 handicap match? Bayley, the women's SmackDown champion, versus,
So if Nikki and Alexa win, whoever pins gets the title, or is it
No,
Alexa wins if Nikki pins up?
The way they're pitching it is Alexa believes Alexa will be the champion, and Nikki believes we will be the champion.
Right, and I think that if that's the case, I think that that Nikki Cross is having pronoun problems. You know, maybe she thinks that Alexa Bliss has a mouse in her pocket or something. But but then again, a couple of weeks ago, I did say in the show maybe the one doing the manipulating is Nikki Cross
so badly,
because that would be great.
Yes.
That would add an additional layer.
I would be very
Nikki
happy
Cross
about that.
because at the end, Alexa's like, wow, she has egg on her face, like she got.
Right.
Yeah.
Because how many times do we need to see Alexa have a best friend and just a manipulator?
Right.
It'd be great if it was the other way around. Plus, I love Nikki Cross's original character of how, the manic and unpredictable she was. That was exactly what I wanted from Nikki
And
Cross.
her All That logo on her shirt,
Yeah.
Fine.
it's an All That logo.
Yeah, well, see.
Oh, you too old for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I remember that.
No, he doesn't remember that.
No,
I remember that.
But so like I don't want Nikki Cross to be a babyface. She can't be a babyface because when you hear her on the microphone, it's almost painful to listen to. And
Is it because of the accent?
it's because of the accent.
Okay.
I disagree, but also let's remember who the SmackDown champion is right now.
Yeah.
Right, but she's not hard to listen. She's not hard to listen to.
Really?
She
Really?
Nikki Cross is
Really?
hard to listen to. Like
I
sometimes,
can understand Nikki more than I can understand Bailey.
sometimes when you mean the man, you said Bailey.
Becky.
Oh,
No, we're
okay.
talking about.
We're talking
it's
about.
the-
I'm
it's the-
saying
it's the
I
accent.
said Bailey.
I'm talking about SmackDown.
We're
I'm
talking
like,
about
yeah.
SmackDown.
Right.
I'm talking about Nikki and talking about how you can't understand how Bailey's saying.
I can't understand a word what Nikki Cross is saying.
You can't understand her.
I can't
You
even
can't.
understand you.
Nikki wants to play.
You know, I want to
Nikki
throw.
wants to play.
I want to throw something at you.
For-
We're losing
Yeah.
for you.
No, we're not
And
actually.
in terms of Becky, I love the accent.
Oi, love the accent.
I
Not
hate
just
it.
a wee bit.
Just
I
a wee-
love it.
Hey, no, hold on. Listen, I'm Irish. I take that very offensive how you're doing the Irish accent.
I'm sorry. Please school me.
Okay.
You should do his accent.
No.
Behave yourself, Brian. You're gonna go to hell.
Anyway,
I'm going to
I was
hell
talking-
anyway,
I was,
so-
I was talking about Bailey, and it's not about understanding, but Bailey is rough on the mic. I'm a
She
big
is.
Bailey fan, but she is not easy on the mic.
But she's definitely not Nikki Cross.
But you remove the accent. Do you have anything else? Do you have a
Against-
problem with anything else?
Yeah.
I can't tell you what Nikki Cross is saying. I don't know if Nikki Cross is trying to order her dinner. I don't know if she's trying to give me
Ask Killian
directions.
Dane what she eats.
Okay. But beyond that,
Brian, this
Or what he
kid's
needs.
listening.
he was asking an honest question.
I
It's about
was.
dinner,
That's a legitimate, honest question. Ask Killian Dane what she has for dinner.
because they're married, you know.
Yeah, they got married.
That's all.
Okay.
Well, you're taking it in the wrong
You're
place.
taking it the wrong way.
Womp, womp, womp.
But yeah, I'm just saying Bailey is not necessarily doesn't necessarily have the greatest mic skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why a 2-on-1 match? Why if I'm going to book something for my best friend, you know, maybe I
It makes no logistic sense, but it's just to protect Alexa, who I'm really
Yes.
worried is approaching her retirement every day because she's constantly getting hurt. And I don't sinus infection. I'm worried it's concussion time again, and I'm really worried about it.
They
I'm
get-
worried.
I
I'm worried.
I can
I'm not saying
understand the
it
worry,
is.
but
I'm worried.
I don't think it's concussion.
She's constantly taken out of action, and she's too valuable of a property to let her go. But she's constantly taken out of action. She's constantly getting injured. There is something wrong.
from what I understand, the second you get back through the curtain, they're already doing and they think that you rung your bell.
Yeah.
They're bringing you to do the concussion test.
No, I know. I think they're lying to us. Like, that's what I'm talking about. They might not be. Maybe it is a sinus infection. Maybe
True.
it's just a really bad sinus infection.
But why would they have to lie?
Because they don't want to
They don't-
say in
they-
a post-Benoit world that they're forcing this post-CM Punk world that we're forcing this concussed
No,
girl
you
to
said
go
the
out.
right. You said the right word. Cross Benoit.
I don't
Benoit.
I don't think period. And it doesn't need to be Benoit or anything like that. In the
Don't say that.
in the world where we now understand concussions a lot more than we did in the past.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't think that WWE will take that financial liability by putting somebody out there that they don't feel as well.
Well-
Like back in the day, and this is how I was trained. If you got hurt, let me tell you, you work through it. I've wrestled with sprained
Yeah.
ankles,
Yeah,
and
that's
You've
what I'm
said
saying.
this plenty
like,
of times
that's-
on the show.
that's
yeah,
exactly
that's
what
just
I'm
how
saying.
we were trained.
But that's exactly what
You
I'm
know,
saying.
when somebody asks, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm good. You go home, put some ice and Advil on it, and hope that it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Rub some dirt on it. Walk it off.
That's it. That's happened to me.
Put
You
some
know, like,
Robitussin on it.
I injured
Here's a
my
Z-Pack. Go away.
Right.
I injured my my rotator cuffs in a ring. A guy dropped me on my shoulder.
Ooh.
It was supposed to be a fall away slam. He didn't drop me right. He didn't position me so I could bump right.
He didn't fall away. He just slammed.
Right. And I went to the doctor and it was like, "Oh yeah, you need surgery." I'm like, "No, send me to the sports doctor." I went to the sports doctor. They gave me some kind of therapy and my shoulders are good.
Yeah.
Granted it hurt for like a couple months.
But
if you-
concussed is different.
right. And they will not let anybody under any circumstances wrestle with a
I
concussion.
would like to believe that.
I believe it 100%.
It's just I have this weird thing where I just don't trust WWE sometimes.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that it is really just a sinus infection. I hope they don't
Can I-
send anybody else. But let me point this out. Does the NFL still exist?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and they
So-
understand concussions as well too.
Yeah,
which is why
they
changed the
understand what they're
rule.
doing to people.
Let me ask you a question, Dave. Serious question.
Yeah.
You believe in aliens?
Yeah.
Okay, that explains a lot. No problem. Moving on.
What? How? Okay, hold on.
There's
How
no
does-
scientific proof that their aliens exist.
And there's no scientific proof they do exist
Okay,
or
hold
they
on.
don't
Okay,
exist.
okay, fine. Let me ask you another one.
Yes.
Okay.
You believe in Bigfoot?
No.
You see, that one was kind of no, I don't believe that one.
I'm not 100%.
Oh, okay. You see, there you go. So he partially believes in Bigfoot. So he's a Dave.
It's like asking a religious question to someone who's an atheist.
But Brian, Dave is a conspiracy guy.
So am I.
Exactly, and that's why you guys both believe that WWE is doing nefarious things in
Whoa,
the
so
background.
you're telling me the
Whoa.
concussion issue in football is completely wrapped up, and they understand that everyone's healthy
If
now?
anyone
Right.
actually watches Real Sports, call us 609-910-0687. We have no idea what's going on in the NFL.
No.
But by the way,
No, wrestling is real sports. Okay, watch your tone. Wrestling is real sports.
And forget about the conspiracy. Did CM Punk not say that these are the exact issues that he took them
Yeah.
to task on? Did he not say that he had a concussion, but their doctor said he didn't? Did he not say these things?
So-
it's not like there's no precedence to it.
So if you were the WWE, if I was the WWE, what I would do, Dave, is I would go find that doctor and I would get, hey, brother, thank you for everything, but we no longer be needing your services, and I'd get a
yeah,
different
but
doctor.
they're not going to do
But
that.
that's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
But that's exactly not what happened.
Is the doctor still working there?
Yes.
Yes.
What's the doctor? Brian, you just said yes because he said yes.
No, he's still
He
working there.
sued
I
them for
he-
defamation of character. That's what the CM Punk lawsuit was about.
Yes.
Call the doctor right now.
Please, I don't know who it is.
Dr. Chris
Oh.
Ahmed. Dr. Chris
Hold
Ahmed.
on.
That's who it
Hold on,
was.
time out. Brian
Yeah.
said he didn't know who he was.
I do.
Okay, I can believe you, but Brian said yes. I know exactly who it is.
He sued CM Punk because CM Punk said this on Cole Cabana's podcast.
Yes, he did.
He sued both of them because he said defamation of character for what they have said. The lawsuit continued, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, so don't make it sound like, oh, they wouldn't do this. They have done
They
it.
did.
Maybe that's why I said not just a post Chris Benoit world. I said a post CM Punk world because maybe after CM Punk they no longer do stuff like that. But and I'm not
Maybe.
saying that CM Punk just because CM Punk said it, it's 100% definitely factual true. I don't believe CM Punk is lying about it. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'll put that out there. I don't 100% know, but I do tend to believe CM Punk, and I believe what CM Punk had to say in that regard. Do I know for sure it's a fact? No, but I do believe it, and we have precedents to say they do stuff like this. Is what I'm trying to say. What you got on the Twitter machine?
You feel good? I just want you to get everything off your chest because I was ready to move on.
Okay, let's move on then.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool.
So, Paige and the Kabuki Warriors threatened the Iconics that a match between them is coming during a backstage interaction. Peyton Royce and Billy Kay pretended as if they were sick, cough, cough, to avoid having defended the titles Tuesday night. Paige slapped Kay across the face and cut a promo on them for making excuses. So you see, WWE does not force people to wrestle sick, winky face.
Oh my god.
Winky face.
Oh,
Man, it is true. You look into the abyss too long, and sooner or later, the abyss looks back.
This isn't wrestling right now.
That's a Batman line.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah, it is actually.
Wow, Brian didn't know that either.
No, I did know it because Ra's al Ghul actually said that.
Batman actually said. blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
whatever.
Wow, Brian's like.
You know what? Fuck you both.
He's like his Mets.
Wow.
Hey, there you go, like in a real sport, Brian.
Hey, no, this is a real sport. Watch your tone.
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't say it wasn't.
All
I
right,
said
can we talk
baseball
about
is a
something
real
else that
sport.
happened on Twitter or whatever social media
Yeah,
this
what
week?
happened on the Insta, Google, Twitter tweets?
Oh, so there was a altercation a couple nights ago in
Kayfabe.
here
By the
in,
way, the Insta, Google, Twitter tweets, I got that from Dewan O'Neill because he says that. I think it's a story.
here in New Jersey.
He's awesome.
Between Joey Janela from AEW and one half of Pro Wrestling's hottest free agents, Enzo, formerly known as Enzo Amore from WWE.
The real one.
Yeah, the real one.
And the video came out and
Consensual.
yeah.
Brian?
Anyway, the video came out. I kind of watched it. I don't know if you watched it, Tristan.
I heard about it.
Yeah.
I listened to an interview with Enzo today.
It was more so like them just dancing around each other. There were no like hands thrown at all. Part of the thing was that Enzo slapped Janela's hand, but then Janela went on this morning, yesterday, and also said it was like he was going to walk up and say, "Hi, Enzo, let's fight."
I think right now they're doing damage control because I feel that they thought the Kaz and Enzo thing was going to be bigger when they planned it out for
ROH.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they did not expect the backlash they were getting from it. So I think they're stuck not knowing what to do with these guys and having to rethink everything that they're doing.
Well,
This has nothing to do with Ring of Honor.
no, it doesn't.
no,
it was
but-
just Janela just showing up.
But
Chanel
what do you
at the
think,
same show
but
as
my
Enzo.
point is, if let's well, I assumed it's a work, but let's just say we put Enzo. Let's say it went over. Let's just say Enzo and Cass got a big reaction, and they put them in the scene. This wouldn't have happened. Is what I'm trying to say. We would never have gotten this angle.
okay.
We wouldn't be getting this angle if Enzo and Cass were like
So
a big draw for Ring of Honor, or if they incorporated into the scene.
So what you're saying is the only reason why this happened is because
Yeah.
Enzo and Cass XL did not get into ROH.
That is what I think.
You know what? It could be a good reason that they did this, but I don't think it's it's solid enough for them to actually, for me to think that they're actually using this as a work. But
All right. Well, what are your thoughts, Mr. Tristan?
My thoughts that as a professional wrestler, everything is a work.
Yep.
And even when you know it's a shoot, it's still a work.
All right. See, I forget that.
That's your answer for everything.
But he has to. He has to. He
yeah,
has
I know.
to.
He's contractually obligated
right.
to do it. Yeah.
It's like those magic secrets revealed guys. They get flack from the other magicians when they tell you how to saw a woman in half. He can't be that dude. He don't want to be Valentino. He's got to be, on the cool side of the magicians, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's magic. I don't have that problem.
Well, I believe that's Raw and SmackDown for the week.
Yeah, it is.
And if you guys tune in towards the end of the show, we'll definitely give you our Extreme Rules predictions.
Yes.
Because that's what we do here at Royal Ramble Radio.
I don't know if Junior's going to be calling in for your favorite segment. But
Who's going to win?
Yeah, I may call in.
Little Junior's on vacation.
Technically, yeah.
You didn't tell Little Junior that we do a show every Thursday night
Well,
from
he
7
knows.
to 9?
He listens. He's busy right now.
Oh, I wonder what
Yeah,
he's doing.
he has a new girlfriend now.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You might have to give him the talk. All right.
Oh, no, he knows already.
You think so?
4 years
Yeah.
old.
And these
Yeah.
kids, let me tell you, these little kids know how to work tablets. They probably know everything. They kayfabe us that they don't know.
Yeah, he knows how to work shit. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
But
He
wait a minute.
can.
I thought everything is.
Moving forward. Hey,
Moving forward.
Did you guys see that free pay-per-view 2 weeks ago?
Fighter Fest.
Fighter Fest.
What did you guys think of Fighter Fest?
I thought it was remarkably okay.
I think it was okay. I don't think it was.
wasn't. There was nothing that came out spectacularly like big to me, except for I'm a fighting game fan. So when the Bucks and Kenny Omega came out,
He marked out.
I did mark out. I'm sorry, and I marked out at the match as well because
That's all right. You can mark out.
It's just
well, Marks.
I like parts of it, but my biggest gripe is you have something that's quote unquote a hardcore match, and then you have the Cody and Darby. The Darby and Cody match was great. That was
yeah,
my
it was.
favorite
It was a
match.
great match.
However, problem with it is, what did everyone talk about? They talked about the chair shot, and some people talked about the coffin nail on the apron. But then you have an unsanctioned match with Joey Janela and John Moxley, the ZZW John Moxley back in the fold again, and no one really talked about it.
No one did.
The most hardcore extreme moment you got was out of that match. Like the placement of the card, and I understand the way they constructed the card. The unsanctioned match had to go on last.
Yes.
But you stole all of the thunder with a completely unnecessary chair shot to the head and that coffin nail. That was the most extreme moments we had in the pay-per-view, and it took away all the thunder from that final match.
I don't believe that's the moment that took the thunder away from that match.
What do you think it
believe?
was?
But do you believe the thunder has been taken away?
I think that thunder was taken away from that. But Brian and Dave from Dave Knows Wrestling,
Yes.
I think that the thing that took the thunder from that match was, let's say I got vanilla ice cream. Let's say I got a free Slurpee,
Which you did.
right, early in the day. That free Slurpee is special, right?
Yes.
But when you go back later on and get another free Slurpee, he says special is the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
It can't be the same.
It's not the same.
So
But-
you're saying
but
just too much in general.
Okay,
Is
so
that what
I
you're
think
saying?
that we got too much of the hardcore match. We got that shit show of a hardcore match in the beginning of the show.
Jabalian freaking
That match was-
Right. I hated
Nakamura.
That match was
Nakazawa.
What?
that match was the total shits.
It was.
That match should have never made TV.
No.
That should have been something just for the fans
Yes.
there.
It should have been just for the guys who were at CEO.
They should have done that before the show starts and then cut it, then start the show. The reason why I think that show was the shit, that match was the shits, was because that guy should have never been in the ring.
Jabali?
Yes.
Yeah, he should have never been in the match.
What that reminds me of is, I'm running a show and I go, hey Brian, let me give you some tickets. So you go ahead and you sell 100 tickets to the show. I'm like, damn it, you come to me and say, hey, can you put me in a match? Like, dude, I mean, if I'm selling tickets at $12 a pop, you put $100,000 in my pocket.
$1,200 in your
right,
pocket.
you put $1,200 in my pocket.
Yeah.
How can I not tell you that you can't have a match? So let me go ahead and give you this match, and the match is a total shit show. That's exactly what happened.
That's literally what happened.
I felt like he was a ticket seller. He reminds me of Mambo King. So any of you wrestlers out there,
Clearly.
any of you wrestlers out there that remember Mambo King from 10 years ago?
Mambo King.
Mambo King is a ticket seller.
Yep.
You know, he sold tickets and you put Mambo King on the show.
Yep.
Mambo King was the shits.
But they didn't do too well. The attendance rate were pretty low for these guys.
For CEO, no, because for Fighter Fest. So if anyone's been to a fighting game tournament,
I've never been to one.
okay, so let me yeah.
I really haven't. I've been to a fighting tournament.
Okay, so let me explain. When Fighter Fest was happening, there were pools still happening for some of the games. So you had Smash Brothers, Street Fighter, all that stuff. Still some of those pools going on. So ticket sales weren't really up there because people had rounds that they had to do, rounds that they compete in.
But either way, I'm just pointing out that if you want to say that match was there to sell tickets, it didn't do its job, I don't think.
Well, no, I'm sure that. No, I'm not saying that
I'm
match.
sure it sold
Wait, hold
some
on.
tickets.
I'm not saying that match was there to sell tickets.
that's
I'm
not
not
what
sure
you're saying?
if he sold tickets. What I'm saying is that it reminds me of a guy that he sold tickets and asked for a match and they put him in. It looks like they taught him a couple moves. Like when he was doing that tackle drop down, he was already up. Like his timing is off. They should have found another way to protect him or give him a spot on the show or present him with a fake check on the show or something.
Or
but
throw in the tent that the librarians threw.
something. There's something that they could have done with him.
I did like the women in the beginning of the show.
There was something that they could have done with that guy other than put him in a wrestling match. Because me, as Nakazawa, they could have put him. For me, I would feel discouraged from that. And me personally, watching that let a lot of the air out of my sails for that event.
Fair.
And watching that as well too, being that you're new, I feel that was a black eye towards AEW.
Let me ask you a personal question as a wrestler.
Okay, I thought you were going to ask me some more personal. Thank God.
Boxers or briefs?
No, it's
Depends.
like when non-trained or relatively new celebrities or whatever get involved in wrestling, does that offend you?
No.
Okay, so you're okay with like the LTs or
Yeah.
Okay.
LT did a great job.
No, he did.
So
He definitely
Carl
did.
Malone,
Yeah.
Jay Leno.
Yep. Dennis Rodman.
All of them okay.
Wait.
They weren't.
You
let me
were
tell
okay with Leno,
They were not.
but not Jabali.
They were not ready. They were not.
Hold on.
Let me rephrase that.
That's just nonsense. Right?
David Arquette.
Jabali was the shits.
Okay, but
Jay Leno was not good.
Jay Leno was ass.
But you know what though? But you work within your wheelhouse. He was able to be protected because it was a tag match.
He was tagging with Hogan.
Right.
Yeah, and well, this was protected because it was obviously a cartoon fight
Yes.
in live action.
Yes.
Well, it was still the shits.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, it was a
I'm just
shitty.
saying,
It was a
but
yeah.
he brings up a good point. So you're not okay with Jabali, but you're okay with Jay Leno and David Arquette.
Yeah. David Arquette.
David Arquette can wrestle.
We'll talk about right now. That's not what I'm
okay,
talking
back then
about.
that's different. But you know what? David Arquette wasn't horrible because what you do is you teach him a couple moves and you do the moves that you know. This guy here wasn't ready for a match.
Is there another celebrity that you're not, or non-trained wrestling personnel that you're not okay with?
I would have to think about it.
So right now it's what? A score
It's
of
Jabali.
It's Jabali.
It's Jabali.
What?
Alex Jabali, you have a beef with because he threw on a shit show.
I think he's the shits.
As far as he's concerned, it's
And
Jabali,
he's in chat.
and everybody else is Stephen Amell.
Yeah, right.
That's where his mindset's
All
Okay,
right.
I was
There were a
just
couple
curious.
other things at Fighter Fest that I did enjoy. Christopher Daniels versus Sema was a great match.
Yep.
That was a hands down probably match of the night right there.
And they're having a rematch on Saturday at Fight for
no,
Fun.
they.
to
I'm
take a-
looking at it right now. Sema, no, because it's Kazarian.
Oh, it's
Scorpion.
Kenny
Kaz-
Omega
Kenny
versus
Omega.
Sema.
And
Yeah.
not that there's anything
That's why I take notes.
wrong with this, but I have noticed a little something between Christopher Daniels, Chris Jericho, and a couple of other guys. I'm beginning to think, are they eating more? Notice everyone's putting on a little weight when they go to AEW. That's kind of a thing.
It's called dad bods.
Yeah, I
Live with
wanted to
it.
say once you get older, you know.
No, but I'm just saying, it's like, should Chris Hero to think about going to AEW maybe? Because I'm just saying,
But Dave,
I'm noticing a pattern here.
Dave, in a couple of years, your skin's not going to be so tight either.
Says you.
Okay, we'll see. I can't wait
I'm
to see
older
you in 10
than
years.
you.
Okay, so when you're
you
like
lecturing me about
so
age?
in 10
son?
years when you're 60,
Son?
in 10 years when
I'm
you're
sunning
60,
ya.
in 10 years when you're 60 and your skin sags, bruh.
Yeah?
I don't know what to
Don't
tell
worry, your girl Sasha will take care of me.
you. Golly.
She has a thing for Asian guys. What can I say?
That's right.
I'm Asian too. I'm Tristan San. Tristan Yamaguchi.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think so either.
The other thing I think that AEW needs to work on is the camera angles.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I did have a problem with. All the different it was just too static. And the executive producer, Zach, was it Zach?
From 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah, the one that works 3 weeks ago, Capital Wrestling director.
Yes.
You mean Zane Decker?
Zane Decker, thank you.
Close
Sorry, it's a Z.
Sorry.
I apologize, Zane, if you're listening. I apologize to Capital Wrestling for messing up your
Who,
director's.
by the way, was on my show on Dave Knows Wrestling on Wednesday's episode yesterday.
Oh, cool.
And
Oh,
Zane,
cool. Thanks.
I always get your name right.
Thanks.
I like
Appreciate
it,
it.
Zane.
Thanks for the no-sell there, jerk.
You're welcome.
It's just not even. I'm
Yeah,
kind of.
I hear you with the camera work.
You
production-
understand. It's just not.
the production value overall, but they're still working out the system. I understand and I agree and I forgive, but I forgive that. The other reason why I'm okay with it is because they are showing improvements. Commentary I thought was a lot better.
Yes,
Commentary was a
good.
lot better.
better.
A lot
They
better.
didn't have that master guy there, right?
No, they did. Excalibur.
Well, no, they
He
had
was
one.
there.
One guy was different.
Yeah.
I don't know their names yet.
Oh my God, what the hell's his name?
Excalibur's the guy with the mask.
Excalibur is the guy with the max. You had Jim Ross, and you had a younger guy.
Yeah, and I know him too. He's a guy from the industry, and I can't believe I'm blanking on his
Oh,
name.
okay, hold on. Google machine to its work.
Anyway, so while you guys look that up on the Google
I
machine,
ain't doing nothing.
so you see on Monday Night Raw when Ricochet was wrestling, right? He went for that enziguri.
Yeah.
That enziguri was short,
Yeah, it was.
but they cut the camera really quickly before he even connected. Somebody hit the oh shit button real quickly.
Yeah, but WWE typically does the action cut or the impact cut.
Right.
Yeah.
Where
Right.
you cut the camera angle from.
Right. So they're trying to do it differently, but like in AEW, like maybe, like I don't know, maybe it's not professional wrestling fans.
Some people hate that. Some people have hated WWE's action cuts because WWE does do it, I think, too much. But it's a way to keep the audience engaged visually.
Yes.
But
Some people love it. Some people hate it.
But if I'm watching your program and I know that professional wrestling is a work, but I want to suspend
who it was.
disbelief. If I see you in the ring calling the spot, I'm yelling at the TV, cut the camera, like they could really hear me. I'm one of those guys people that talk to the TV.
Yeah, I do that too. Since I've come to the school, I analyze every shot.
Do you say it out loud?
Yes, I do actually. Rose looks at me, he's like, "What the fuck?"
And-
are
All
you
right, so
talking
I
about?
see you have the commentator's name.
All right, so he is actually a pro esports commentator. His name is Golden Boy Alex Menendez.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was nice to have him there, but he was just there for the esports part of it.
Oh, that's it.
I think.
Look, I mean, one thing that we have to say, and AEW's been saying it over and over again, and Tristan, this also connects to what you're saying too, is that AEW wants to be an alternative. And we were just talking about how Raw was using different camera angles, and how SmackDown used to use different camera angles as well. So there are going to be things that they are doing that are different. So
Right.
ultimately, the question are, they're different, but do they work? Does having their cameras, utilizing the cameras the way they do, does that work and we're just not used to it and that's why we reject it? Or is it that it just isn't as good? The commentary, do we not like it because they don't have the traditional values of the color commentator and the play-by-play commentator being a strong heel and a strong face that we're used to? Even same thing could be said about current WWE product now. Are these things inherent? Are they what makes wrestling good, or are they things that we're just used to and we need to get over it?
You see, for me, the wheel is already round. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you can make the wheel better. So, like, with what they're trying to do, they're trying to be different, and I commend them and I applaud them 110% for trying to be different. Because you know what? If they're not different, there's no reason for me to not watch WWE. If they're not different, if they're not different, they're just WWE light or WCW, light. So by them trying to do things differently, I commend them. But you know what? If things are not working, go to something else. Like, hey, cut the camera. Like, I don't want to see them calling the spots. Like I can sit there and at home and pick out when they're calling in the spots, and the untrained person doesn't know. But if I'm sitting here and I'm legit hearing them say, okay, throw me in the corner and duck one and, whatever, like, and I see them telling them that and they're not cutting the camera and they're calling the spot, like, come on.
Like Botchamania has a whole freaking segment. It's usually like 2 to 3 minutes long.
The
of-
John Cena segment.
John-
I mean, wait.
Right, but you know what though? But at least WWE, they cut the camera. I'm not listening.
all the time.
I'm not listening to the entire spot.
No, you're
No,
not. But
there's also been a fundamental breakdown of a lot of hallmarks. Like, collar and elbow tie-ups as a good opportunity to start talking.
Yep.
Or guys having long hair to block your face so you can talk.
Like for me, when I'm in the ring with you, I'm having a full-fledged conversation with you. Full-fledged.
But,
How are the kids? Good. How about yours?
Yeah, that's.
Did you have your tacos today?
I'm having a full-fledged conversation with you. I just know because I never had long hair how to
Right. No long hair.
Right.
But fundamental holds, collar and elbow tie-ups, waist lock, headlocks. These have been slowly removed from professional wrestling. They're not as used.
So then use the referee. I use the referee a lot.
He does.
I use the referee a lot to call the spot. I'm like, hey, hey, tell him when you think the ref is checking on me,
Right.
When you think the ref is checking on me, he's not checking. I'm telling the ref. I mean, I'm going to let you guys know into the secret surprise. I'm giving the ref the next spot, or the ref is giving me the next spot.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
No, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Because the interesting thing is, matches were planned out depending on who you were. But back in the day, a lot of matches were done on the fly a lot more than they are now. But you didn't see these kind of things as well. Granted, no HD was a part of it. But also all the things I'm saying, these certain fundamental basic holds, as well as long hair and things like that, were a way of masking it. But we tend to see these things more now than we used to.
Yeah.
Is it because of the internet making it, spreading this stuff like wildfire? Absolutely.
Or maybe the cameras got better.
As I said, HD,
Yeah.
there are a lot of factors as to why we see this more often. However, I don't think it needs to be binding. And as Tristan was pointing out, and I completely agree with Tristan, that there are ways around it. There are ways to take care of it. So fine, most wrestlers, not as many wrestlers have long hair as they used to, work around it. There are ways to work around these things, and you absolutely should do that. And I agree with you on that.
Right.
Wait a minute. What did I just say?
You agreed with Tristan.
with me.
It's a first for everything.
Check my forehead. Do I have a fever?
No, you have a concussion. Anyway, so we're gonna
Sinus infection.
Anyway, we're gonna take our break real quick. We'll be back in we'll say about 2 minutes. Talk to you soon.
Hey, Tiny Rick's playing guitar.
All right, everybody, this next one's coming straight from the heart, making the lyrics up right off the top of my head. Let me out, what you see is not the same person as me, my life's a lie, I'm not who you're looking at. Let me out, set me free, I'm really old, this isn't me, my real body's slowly dying in a vat. Is anybody listening? Can anyone understand? Stop looking at me like that and actually help me. Help me, help me, I'm gonna die. Tiny Rick! Everybody!
This guy's amazing. I love Tiny Rick.
And wow, that was short.
Short.
Was it?
I think so.
Is it short like the Bagel Man?
Oh, that nonsense.
Yes, the Bagel guy. Is it that short?
God, did you see this? So there was a.
You did not see that?
Oh my God! So this guy out on the island,
Long Island.
Long Island, had through a major tiff.
That's where Mike lost from.
Yeah, I know, right? Aren't you related?
No.
You sure? Mike, call in 609-910-0687.
Mike, save yourself the favor.
No, don't save him a favor,
We
please.
got a spot right here for you, buddy.
Yeah, seriously,
No, we don't.
we got seat number 4 for you right
We
now.
don't have enough chairs for Mike.
We don't?
Nope.
Hold on.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. See, I got it right
That's
here.
okay. We'll just ask
I
you
got
to
it right
get
here.
up.
That's all right. That chair don't work.
It's okay. We'll just ask you to get up.
So there's a little man And if there was ever a movie in his life, Danny DeVito could play him.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was in the shop, and from what I understand,
It was a bagel shop.
He didn't have enough money to purchase the bagel or whatever the case may be. So then he turns around and he pretty much says, like, always on dating sites, women have told me that because I'm 5 foot. This guy was small.
Yeah.
He was a small man. He wasn't a little person, but he was a little person, a little man. And he said to them, on dating sites, people tell me that I'm 5 foot tall and that I should kill myself. And, he throws on his paper and gets into the whole entire thing and has a little man complex in the thing. And there's this one guy, he's getting in the guy's face, and the guy's like, like he knows, like, look, little man, I will demolish you if I touch you. Like, obviously, we don't see these people's faces. We see the guy's face because the guy is short. Okay,
Yeah.
That's the theme here. He's short.
It's all over the
I got
Insta
that.
Twitter.
So then what happens is he gets into another guy's face and eggs the other guy on. The other guy puts hands and feet on him.
It tells them to shut the fuck
So
up.
if you went to that bagel shop today and mentioned that you've seen that video, they were actually giving mini bagels away for free. Yes.
Really?
Yes,
I
sir.
want to say for the record that
Wow.
is nonsense.
Yes, sir.
My boy Brian, not you, another Brian that I know. He's 5 foot tall, and his wife is gorgeous.
How tall is his wife?
5'5".
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes. So Alexandra, hear that? I said that you were pretty.
I don't think they're listening.
They're probably not. But Alexandra, she's gorgeous, and they have a bunch of kids together, and so that don't let that hold you back, bagel guy. Don't let how much smack Tristan's talking about.
Hey,
you.
well, look, the quote,
Uh-huh.
the quote that everybody's loving from him is, "You're not God, you're not my father, or my boss." That's the quote that's going around from him.
Wow.
So, like, when somebody pisses you, when somebody's telling you what to do, you tell them they're not God, they're not your father, and they're not your boss.
Was this guy high?
No, he was
He
low.
definitely was not.
He played into it. Maybe I should replace you. No.
I could never replace Tristan.
You can't.
I can't get my head up that far on my ass.
No. People actually like me, Dave.
Yeah, how much
They
you
don't
pay
like
him?
you.
How much you pay?
I don't pay them nothing.
He doesn't pay him nothing.
Hey, look,
Because we have no money.
right now, people checking in the chat.
I like you. I'd like you to go away, but I like you.
Ooh.
Checking in the
Grade
chat.
school insults.
Checking in the chat.
Checking in the chat. Hi, Joe. How are you?
gotta have some
All
grade
right.
school
So we're
insults.
gonna touch Extreme Rules a little bit later on, but right now we're gonna talk about Fight for the Fallen, which happens this Sunday.
Sunday.
No,
excuse
Fight
me,
for the Fallen is
Saturday.
Saturday.
I'm sorry.
Saturday.
In Jacksonville, Florida, at the Daly's Place, which is one of the it's a concert venue
Hold on. Time out real quick. Real quick. But also,
on the WWE Network.
there's another event happening at the same exact time.
Oh, is there?
Yes,
How could
it's
this be?
it's Evolve 131, also known as Evolve 10th Anniversary. So, like, here's my question now. There's 2 pro wrestling shows happening at the same time,
Possibly more, but not on TV.
right? So, which one do you watch, Brian?
AEW.
Okay, so then why?
You want me to back
AEW?
up? You want me to back it up? I can tell you right now
Yeah,
because I have no interest in the Evolve because I don't know the Evolve's.
It's not that I want you to back it up. We're building content for the people. They want to know why. They're listening.
My honest
Joe Delasanti wants to know why.
This is an easy one because the network has a replay you can watch afterwards.
Can you? Nice to meet you, Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
So that's one of the reasons why because I can replay it. Number one. Number two, I looked at the card. The only thing on that card that interests me is the main event, which is Akira Tozawa versus Adam Cole.
That should not be the main event.
It shouldn't be a main event, but it's for the NXT title, which we all know title's not going to change hands on a non-WWE event.
But what if it does?
Oh, curveball! Wow.
Okay.
I'm not I don't have anything. I haven't watched Evolve. I have not. I've never watched it at all. So most of their card, I have no
You're not invested.
I'm not vested into the product. Like I if Fight for the Fallen wasn't on at the same exact time, I would be watching it because I can actually watch it and ingest it as much as I can. Like Dave said, it's on replay. I can go back and watch it after I watch Fight for the Fallen.
Okay, Dave. Since you blew your finish a little bit early, I know that happens to you often, from what I heard.
Yeah.
Which one are you watching?
Alexis called us.
Like I said, if I had a show, if that happened with Alexa Bliss, I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't be in this chair. because I would definitely off myself because I've peaked and I have no more reasons to live.
Well, we don't do that here. We support the will to live here on
Yes.
Red
No, I'm
Radio.
just saying that would be my my magnum opus. That would be my crescendo to life.
I encourage anyone, if they ever felt like they couldn't go any further, give us a call, 609-910-0687, and we'll talk to you. It doesn't have to be on the air.
Exactly. We're here for you.
So which one are you Which one are you watching?
Like I said, you got to watch AEW because, first of all, I want to see what they do because I'm more curious about them. But the Evolve thing, I'll watch it later. That's really all it comes down to. Like, I don't need because having the network on demand is great, but it means I can watch things on my time.
So let me throw this other question at you guys.
And yeah,
Wait,
I'm
no.
aware I could switch it and I could watch AEW.
But
I just
here's the
won't.
thing, though. What are you gonna watch?
I honestly don't know what I'm going to watch. I'm probably if I had to bet $1 right now,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to watch the AEW.
Okay.
The reason why I probably watch AEW is it's not because the other one's on demand. It's because there's more of what's going on. I'm somewhat more invested in what's going on with AEW.
Yeah.
With AEW comparing AEW to Evolve, a lot of the wrestlers are on the same exact level. They're not on that WWE level. They're not on that mainstream level. The only wrestler that's probably on the mainstream level, looking at this now, is maybe Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes. That they've been, a lot of places. So
Wow. You could say Sean Spears too.
he's not
on Cody or Dustin's level. Though.
right, but he's not on Fight for the Fallen.
Yes, he is.
Doing what?
He's on the pre-show.
Oh, he's doing an interview.
No, he's not.
What is he doing?
He's doing a 6-man tag.
Oh, okay.
Him,
With a
MJF,
gimmick
and
chair. I'm kidding.
yeah, right. MJF and Sammy Guevara versus Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela.
Okay, I
in a
didn't see-
6-man tag.
Did you see it on their website?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now.
Cool.
Hey, I just knew last time you didn't look on their website because this time I didn't look on their website.
Reversal.
Cosima, we need you back. Please. I know it's been one episode. Please
So
come
why?
back.
So but why or
Yeah,
why-
so I feel like some of the AEW stars, the majority of AEW stars, and and all of the Evolve stars are on that same exact level. So what you do is you throw a couple WWE guys on there onto their show to fluff them up and put it on the network. So now there's a whiff them for WWE. You got their guys going in working their guys. You do have Eddie Kingston on that Evolve show as well too, and Eddie Kingston is an Impact Wrestling guy.
Yes, he is.
So like it's a mix. But either way, is there competition between AEW and WWE because of what's happening
Absolutely
This
Saturday?
Saturday?
Absolutely not.
I
not.
100% agree. Why?
Because they got your money for the WWE Network. You already paid for it.
Yes.
They don't have any financial competition for ratings because they've already gotten the thing they want out of you. You're $9.99 a month.
How much?
$9.99 a month. Everybody can watch AEW all they want. Doesn't change. You already paid for it.
Yeah.
You know why I feel like there's no competition between AEW and WWE this Saturday? Because it doesnst matter which one you watch first. You could always watch the other one second because they're both on demand.
Exactly.
The only way there is some kind of competition is physically going to one show means you physically can't attend the other.
That's
but
it. That's
right.
it.
Since they're in
Right.
different locations, you
Right.
weren't going to anyway.
Where is the Evolve show?
It's in Philly. It's at the 2300
Oh,
Arena.
that's right. So
It's not like anybody was really sitting there, well, I could equally go to either. Oh, well, I have to give my money to one.
Right.
And again, if you're live at that AEW show, if you're in that audience and you have WWE Network, you already paid them.
That's
so
correct.
They're not
Exactly.
getting
That's
any
correct.
more or less out of you
Right,
for
right.
you attending that show.
So like I think this Saturday is going to be an amazing time for a pro wrestling fan.
Yep.
Let's say that Evolve show is let's say it's about 2.5 hours. And
there were 6 matches last
Yeah.
time I checked.
so let's say it's about 2.5 hours, right? 2
Yeah.
hours. And then you have AEW, let's say AEW's 3 hours. And then you got the 1 hour pre-show.
So 1 hour pre-show plus the 2 hour. Yes.
You're getting 6.5, 7. You're getting WrestleMania quality. You're getting WrestleMania length of wrestling. You're getting solid wrestling for about 7 hours.
Yeah.
So that's good. As a wrestling fan, I think it's a great thing on two legs right now.
Doesn't suck.
Doesn't
Nope.
suck. No. So,
And then on Sunday we got Extreme Rules, but we'll go into our predictions later on into the show.
So we're gonna. I actually watch Being the Elite as a regular. That I always watch that. So they've been doing that, and they also do like a build up. Since they don't have TV, they actually have like a build up YouTube videos, and they've announced one match on there. Brandy Rhodes versus Allie, which they kind of hinted at Double or Nothing, but it's confirmed it's happening.
Brandy's amazing.
Brandy is amazing. She is a chief brandy officer. pre-show dark matches. Like I said, Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela versus MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Shawn Spears. The other pre-show match, the Librarians, Mr. Peter Avalon and Blue Pants herself, Leva Bates versus
Sonny Kiss.
Sonny Kiss. I'm very excited for this
I
match.
really want the Librarian shtick to come to an end.
It's not going to.
It's run its course.
No, it's not.
How's it run its course? So you've only seen it twice already.
Twice.
Two times. Yeah, 2 times.
And it gets better and better on the freaking Being the Elite. So
I completely disagree. I think it's gone on long enough. I think there's no storyline in terms of writing a story arc. I don't see them having potential to go much longer. If it does, I think they need to wrap this up and say where they're going with this. It's fun that it's funny and people are amused by it, but I think it's going to be really stale for people relatively soon, if not already.
So you said that it's good.
it's good.
Yep, and then but
I think it was good.
Right.
I'm burnt out on it, but maybe
because you don't like it, nobody else can watch it, Dave.
Well, as I said, everything has to do with storylines and storyline formulas.
But the problem
where in the story arc are we of this tale?
Dave, there's no TV to promote.
Yeah, we don't really have
Doesn't
storyline.
matter.
TV.
Doesn't matter.
How many people watch? Okay, out of the 3 of us in the room, how many people watch the fight?
Being the Elite?
Being the Elite. Brian is raising his hand. Dave and I are not raising our hands.
But that's
I don't watch
interesting. And it's interesting because he's saying that they don't have TV to promote it on, but he's also saying they promote it on Being
They
the
do,
Elite.
but they
So
don't. It's
that
not.
counts.
It's not a big part of Being
Right,
the
no, I
Elite.
understand.
There's so many other things that are happening that they're building.
The point is, in a storyline, there's a beginning, middle, and end. There's a
Of
story.
course,
Yes.
every good story has a
Where
beginning.
is the plot of this going? Now, we all
It's
assume
the beginning of the story right now. Initially, there was going to be tension between Blue Pants and Peter Avalon.
and
with
now
this.
there's not.
Now there's not.
Because it's going nowhere. It's going around in circles. Pure storyline dynamic is the first thing you do as soon as humanly possible, according to the Freytag pyramid or the Freytag scale of screenplay writing. The first thing you do for any story is you have to establish a problem, and therefore you solve that problem. That's what the story is about.
Joe Schmo checks in on the chat and he says, "Cut Dave's mic."
Yeah, I see that too.
Yeah, he
Cut
says,
his mic.
Dave's mic.
Well, why is that, Mr. Schmo?
Joe Schmo's not a real person. It's actually me. I said, "Cut your mic."
Oh.
Unfortunately, I control the board,
Oh, okay.
and I say no.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, so
And no thank you, Schmo.
so do you believe, Dave, that you're a fan? Would you call yourself a fan of AEW?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am a fan of AEW.
I'm a fan as well.
So right now, with what Brian's saying, they're not really progressing any storylines. It's more like the introductory phase, because right now in this room, 2/3 of this room does not watch Being the Elite.
No, but I don't need to.
Which
because
you should.
But I disagree with that because I think they are perpetuating a lot of storylines. We know that Moxley and Omega have a storyline going.
Yeah.
And they've gone on to the next chapter. They're not setting up the beginning of that. We know that's happening. We know there's a beef between these two. Now it's been reciprocated. We know that Brandy Rhodes has her ongoing controlling storyline of the women's division.
Yep.
She's setting that up. All these things have already been employed. We know what the general plot is of these stories. We don't know that about what's going on when it comes to the Librarian gimmicks.
Right.
Because as you said, they switch gears and they're very unclear about where this is
They
going.
don't. It's like they don't have a place for them right
Right.
now. That's
Right.
It's set up
that's
and
what I'm getting from
Yeah.
the
And
Being
to
the
me,
Elite.
that's
Because that's what I asked Brian. How long are the Being the Elite episodes?
12 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
12,
so
13 minutes.
how many-
I personally just don't find them.
How many times do they air a week?
Once a week.
And so you're telling me 12 and 12 is 24. So they're using 48 minutes
A month.
a month to try to put over their storylines.
They're
versus
not even to put over the storylines. It's backstage stuff.
Right.
It's gimmicks and all that stuff.
But when they have the television show, they have 8 full hours a month.
Yes.
To introduce me to the characters and wine and dine me. So maybe Dave, why don't you wait until the fall and see what
You
happens?
make it sound like you need that much time to sell the idea of two wrestlers both wanting to be the Librarian.
But you only got 12 minutes. You can't put
Yes,
everybody.
you
You can't put everybody. Here's how it
okay,
works.
challenge to you, my friend.
Yeah.
When
Well, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. No.
I was going to say, how long did it take you to figure out that John Moxley had a problem with Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing? Did it
Within-
take you 12 minutes?
No, it
or did
didn't.
it take you 12 seconds?
It took me 12 seconds, but he also has beef with Jericho. But that's
Right,
the other thing.
right,
But Jericho
right.
has beef with him
No,
because
but
he
yeah,
destroyed
but-
his jacket.
yeah.
But which, by the way,
All valid.
Chris Jericho, thank you.
So you're telling me that we're supposed to use 12 seconds to try to put everybody over? So remember,
No.
Sometimes
No. I didn't say 12 seconds to put everybody over.
Okay, so then what are you saying then, Dave?
I said you figured it out in 12 seconds that Jon Moxley had a problem with Kenny Omega. It doesn't. You're making it sound like 12 minutes. That's not enough time to develop a professional wrestling storyline. Shit's more than enough because 12 seconds can develop a professional wrestling storyline.
But
the librarian gimmick is very obvious. I want to be the librarian? No, I want to be the librarian. Okay, that is our problem. They have the setup. The beginning of that story already set. Where does the story go from here? They made it seem like they were going to be at odds, and we were eventually going to see a match between the two of them, or in some capacity, some match to determine who will be the librarian. That is the plot. But they changed it mid-gear. Now they're kind of getting along, but kind of not getting along.
Yeah.
They keep changing their mind what the storyline's about. That's why, to me, it's run its course, because they didn't hit the ground running. They've changed their mind. They've been wishy-washy and wonky the entire time they've been developing this from the airtime that they have made. So now, get back on track or conclude the angle.
So to all of our fans listening to our Royal Ramble Radio for the first time, this is Dave Lee.
Yo.
From Dave Knows Wrestling on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yep.
And Dave is the kind of person that reads the book in the first couple chapters and then he skips to the back.
That has nothing to do with
That's
it.
what it sounds like. You can't wait. Just wait. They don't have television, and you don't even watch Being the Elite. They could be doing. Brian, are they doing decent things with the librarian and Being the Elite?
There's some things that are happening.
Tell me what is the storyline.
No, don't tell him. You should watch it.
You should watch.
You should
I'm
watch
not.
And to be fair, I have seen Being the Elite. It's not my thing. I don't.
That's
I don't.
that's
That's
not
fine.
your
That's
thing.
why I
That's
don't
fine.
watch it.
But
Maybe
if
that's
you,
why you don't know what's going on.
It has nothing to do with not going on. In fact, if you listen, I am talking about what's going on. I'm talking about what we've seen on the product. And the product right now is a storyline that does not go anywhere.
so
because
you're
they changed their
basically
motive.
going off based of the pay-per-views, not the events,
Right.
not the Being the Elite, not the what their
But
their
I'm
12-minute
simply
episodic thing that they have
Correct.
once per week.
But I'm simply asking, where is it going? Where is the payoff for it? We know when a storyline hits, we know how it's going to go. When something happens in professional wrestling, it's the writing style of what is known as Chekhov's gun. We have an idea of how things are going. What happened, Mr. Joe Schmo?
So Matt Williams says that you need spark notes for wrestling. I think he was talking about you. I think you do need spark notes for wrestling because, like, you can't wait. Just be patient.
That's my
It's
boy
like,
Matty.
you know
Again,
what I
it's
think
nothing-
it is. I think
No,
that
no.
I think that Dave. I think that if Dave can't figure out where the storyline is going, he's not interested. Dave's the kind of person that sits there and watches Law and Order, and in the first 5 seconds he goes, "That's the killer." He needs to know who the killer is in the first 5 seconds.
Unnecessary, because it's always the third person they question. Let's move on.
Golly.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. So when you've seen all of Kevin Smith's films, right? So
Not all of them.
okay,
but
have
not
you
all.
seen Chasing Amy?
Yes.
Okay. How far into that movie did you figure out Ben Affleck was going to go after? How far?
Amy? I don't know from the title. I mean,
I'm just saying.
you could have picked a different one. Anyway,
Okay,
but-
Jersey
but-
Girl.
but-
Jersey Girl.
The trailer?
Maybe.
The point is, you're set up into a movie. It's like Back to the Future. When did you figure out they were going? Trying to get back to the future. That's the point of it. We set you up with the trailer. We set you up with things to go for. And if you want to talk about patience, because you're misreading this 100%, did I not talk about Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega?
Okay.
Did I say I don't know where they're going? Did I complain? Am I impatiently saying I need this to wrap up?
That's what you said.
No, it
That's
is
what
not
you
what I
said
said.
about the
It is not
librarian.
what I said, because it's the same amount of pay-per-view time that we've had Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega. But I'm not complaining about that because you think I have an obsessive need to know where it's going.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, you're misinterpreting.
Obviously, if you need the spark notes, hey, that's Matt Williams
Yeah.
from Facebook. That's what he said. You need a spark. You need the spark notes, and that's and Dave, that's
That is
okay.
not, what is Spark Notes? Do you even know?
Yeah, it's like the Cliff Notes. It's the abbreviated version of what's going on. So you need to quickly go to the finish. That's you.
That is not what I don't even think that's what he's saying. And I'm not talking about quickly going to the finish. You keep putting that on me, and I keep telling you that is not the case. I'm telling you right now that the way a storyline works, and I thought I was doing a pretty good job of explaining how stories are written.
Which he did.
He did. I'm
did.
not
Yeah,
denying that.
There's a formula to it. They are not adhering to the formula. This is not me bitching and moaning that's saying I need to know what the ending
No,
is.
you're-
I need the ending. That is not what I'm saying.
You are bitching and moaning.
I,
Okay, you're not moaning yet, but
I'm,
you're
I'm
bitching.
bitching and moaning that I need to know the ending.
No.
When did that come out of my mouth?
right,
when did I
right,
say
right,
that?
right.
I didn't say it once, but you want to put that as a flaw on me to make your case stronger. If you want to do
Dave.
that, fine.
Dave, you took your blue chew?
What?
You took your blue chew today because your face is getting all red. Relax, bro.
That is not
I'm
what
glad
Blue Chew
there's
does.
I'm glad there's a chair in between us.
All right, can we talk about the matches, guys?
I think we can.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Dave. All right. So,
You sure, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. Tag match, three-way tag, the Dark Order, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson versus the Best Friends versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus has a master's degree if you didn't know that.
That's okay.
Okay.
There's smart people in wrestling.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No one said there wasn't.
I know. I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway, SoCal Uncensored versus the Lucha Bros. I don't know if that's going to be a good match, but I'm looking forward to see the Lucha Bros wrestle Kazarian and Scorpio Sky.
Didn't they wrestle at the last paper? At the last event?
No, Lucha Bros and El Dorado. No, not El Dorado.
No, Lucha Brothers did the.
It was
Young
Lucha
Bucks.
Bros. It was Lucha Bros and the guy, Luchador that's on Impact that I saw. And he's also on
Phoenix.
No. Ray Phoenix is in the Lucha Bros.
Man, one of them, man. They all wear masks, man.
Don't hate on the masks.
You know, there's only one kind of guy that wears a mask.
An ugly guy.
A bank robber.
Still ugly.
They probably rob banks.
Adam Page versus Kip Sapien. Looking forward to that one. This one is kind of got some story behind it. Cody and Dustin versus the Bucks. They actually they did kind of a tail of the tape on Fight for the Fallen, like a preview it, and they're saying that Dustin is the wild card in this match, meaning that he has more experience. He's never wrestled against the Bucks, but him and Cody have a little more experience together than the Bucks do. The Bucks have been wrestling together for about 12 years now. Cody and Dustin have they've been 14 plus years.
But how much of that is together?
Cody
Right.
and Dustin, Bucks have been wrestling together since day one.
Yeah.
Cody and Dustin, they had that one strong at the end of Cody's
Right.
WWE,
So-
which was how long ago?
Right, but I am emotionally invested in this, especially after the Double or Nothing match
Yes.
between Cody and Dustin.
Yeah.
So that has a lot of anticipation.
Which the Bucks have been mocking
Yeah,
on being the elite. Like literally, legitimately mocking every single thing about that.
and that's a good sell.
Yes, it
from
is.
being the elite.
You
Oh,
have
so you're going to watch Being the Elite now?
No,
Okay.
you have Brandy versus Allie, which I'm very looking forward to that match. Brandy's going to win that match.
You know, I know that Brandy could work, and by her being in the WWE as the ring announcer, she didn't get to debut that. So now that she is in AEW as the chief Brandy officer.
Chief Brandy officer. She's basically the chief brand officer,
Now
like
she-
Stephanie is.
she's
now
better
she
than
can
Stephanie.
Thank you.
now she can show people what she's got.
Yeah,
So this is her your pooper get off. This is her pooper get off the pot moment.
it's her. This is her
Yeah.
time to basically say,
Yeah.
I'm not how green I was in WWE.
Right.
I've been training for this long. This is my
Yeah.
first actual match in AEW. Let's go. And then Kenny versus Sema. I'm kind of excited for this match.
You see, and for me, I don't have that much investment in a lot of these guys because I don't know them. Like I know Sonny Kiss, because we work together. I don't know Peter Avalon, but I know the librarian Leva Vates because we went to wrestling school together.
You mean Blue Pants?
Blue Pants, sure. Brandy Rhodes, I know Brandy Rhodes from WWE. And when she used to wrestle.
What
in,
was her name in WWE? Was it? She had a different name in WWE.
It was something.
Hold on.
I got Kenny Omega. I'm invested in Kenny Omega. Cody and Dustin and the Young Bucks. Invested. There's a lot of people that I'm invested in here, but there's also a lot of people that I don't know.
Well, another reason.
Eden.
Another reason why.
Yes, it was Eden Styles.
Eden Styles. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Another reason why I'm into the Young Bucks and the Dustin and Cody is also because not only did they really pitch it from Double or Nothing, but consistently now, for me, in my taste, Cody has had the best matches in AEW pay-per-views. His favorite match was in Double or Nothing, favorite match at Fyter Fest.
Yep.
Both go to Cody. So now that gives me precedence to just naturally expect a lot from Cody going into this.
Yeah, I expect a lot from I'm expecting this to be like the match of the night here.
And that's what I think too.
So it looks out to be a good card. Just this, and a portion of the gate will go to victims of gun violence because where this happened is where the infamous Madden football tournament shooting happened.
That was like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're doing things like that. I lost a friend from gun violence. There's this little girl I used to grow up next to me, and then when I moved into where I live now, she lived in the same exact town as me. You know, she had her baby and everything like that. So, you know, she went to a club, you know, about 2 years ago in Manhattan, and they were shooting outside of the club. And she was just trying to leave, and they killed her. So, you know, we need to, you know, people just need to stop doing stupid things. Like, there's people that, you know, that hold guns out the car and shoot them out the car for fun. Like, you know, you got to think, you know, like with that, you know, with that guy killing, you know, my friend, you know, like, there's 2 lives that were lost. Yeah. You know, but, you know, actually maybe 3, because her son will never grow up to know his mother. And that's the sad part. That's the sad part. So I'm glad that they're taking that money and doing it to a good cause, and that they're, you know, that they're donating the money, and, you know, hopefully, you know, we can, you know, get awareness that, you know. Yeah. I'm not saying that guns are dangerous. I'm saying that I'm saying that people that hold guns are dangerous.
It's not the guns that kill people; it's the people who use the guns that are killers.
So, like, I've shot guns before, and there's different things that I've learned. That sometimes I'm watching a movie and I'm yelling at the movie, "Keep your finger off the trigger!
Get the finger off the trigger!"
You know, guys, if you don't intend to shoot the gun, keep your finger off the trigger, and never point the gun at something you don't intend to kill.
Yep.
So when you shoot,
that leaves a lot of room for interpretation, though.
You know, so when you're pointing the gun at somebody and you got your finger on the trigger, like, you know, like, it just takes a second to take somebody's life. So I'm glad they're doing that show this Saturday night, Fight for the Fallen. Yeah. So you know, in Evolve 10, they have Adam Cole and Akira Tozawa for the NXT Championship,
which will be a good match.
It will be a good match, but title isn't changing
when I eventually see it.
Yeah. You know what? I think that there should be a title switch.
I would like that too.
I would like it. It would throw a wrench in everything that they normally do.
But you know what? I think that Adam Cole should come back and win the belt, like, at the next, like, whatever event. So, like, if they
NWA rules,
right? If they can do the show, if they can do, like, NXT, like, Thursday. I'm not sure what their schedule are and how far they are, but if they can get this on TV right away and get the belt back in Adam Cole, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, they filmed 2 months in advance.
Yeah,
there's a big stretch right now.
Because a lot of people won't watch this.
Right.
They might not watch Evolve 10 first.
If there's a title change, it will make me want to go watch that match.
See, the interesting thing for me is I do like British wrestling, like, a lot.
Yeah.
And I also don't, and while I am looking forward to that match, I don't need it. It's not my draw. And also, I actually kind of like it sometimes when I go to a wrestling event and I don't know anybody there.
Exactly.
Going there fresh. Like, if you go to an indie show, like an indie company you've never gone before.
Evolve isn't British show.
No, I know. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, if you go to a indie show that you've never seen anything before, or you go to see wrestling from a different country that you've never seen before, sometimes it's kind of refreshing because you're not going there with your personal biasness of hating this or loving this going into it. So sometimes it's nice. But what I am expecting from Evolve is I'm expecting that style of British wrestling because they do a lot of it.
Yeah, there's some British strong style that's happening there too.
Yeah, so I am expecting a good chunk of it, and I kind of like that stuff, and I'm expecting more of it from Evolve than I am AEW.
And then they also got Drew Gulak versus Matt Riddle. Those are the 2 names that they peppered into the show.
Yeah, Riddle and Gulak were the 2 that they literally just threw in there.
You know, like, how are they going to show the whole event and put Eddie Kingston on there? That's the part that just hit me. Eddie Kingston is an Impact Wrestling guy. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe they don't show that match, or maybe it's like a first match.
I think they're doing it. Are they doing it live?
I don't know, but Matty Williams checked in a couple of minutes ago. He said, ask Google. Maybe we should ask Google. Google knows everything.
Google does know everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matty. Who works for Viacom, by the way.
Well, maybe he didn't want people to know he works for Viacom.
He doesn't give a frick.
Maybe Matty wanted to keep that a secret for himself.
He doesn't keep it a secret.
How do you know?
Because I know.
But Matty doesn't, talk.
I know Matty.
He's
but
speaking
everybody else doesn't know Matty.
Matty.
They do now.
They do now.
Matty, did you want everybody to know where you work? He will check in on
I like that you look at the computer like you're really talking.
Yeah, right?
Well, obviously. Okay, sorry. Maddie, do you want everybody to know where you work? See, now I looked at the camera.
Yeah, see.
Look at the camera. It's the first thing they teach you at the school. Right, Dave?
Right.
Right. All right, so we are waiting for Tristan's favorite segment to hit.
Oh, so we're actually getting a phone call.
We're actually getting a phone call. I told her I've requested a phone call. No one is. Oh, Jesus Christ!
When you say it's his favorite segment, I can't tell if you're serious or sarcastic.
No, it really is my favorite. So for those of you guys that are listening to us for the first time ever, every go home show before the pay-per-view, before the WWE pay-per-view, we normally do who's going to win. It's a prediction show. So Brian's son, Brian Jr., little Brian, Bri, he comes on and he does his predictions, and he's usually right, but he's sometimes he's wrong, but he's more right than wrong.
I definitely think kids have a better knack for this kind of for this kind of stuff than like jaded adults.
You think so?
Yeah.
Definitely has a better knack at it than you.
Yeah, and you too.
No, you're like jaded.
No, he's definitely better than you.
No, everybody's better than you.
No, he's
like
better
if he
than
could
you.
even grow a mustache, his mustache would be better
but
than your
he's
mustache.
better than you, is what I'm saying.
He's not better than me.
I'm not denying that, but he's better than you.
My son could pin you 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
I mean, he probably could pin me. You know what?
much better looking than you two.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, my son's much better looking than you. Right there,
Smarter.
Rose.
Smarter.
Smarter. Right. Hello.
Say hi.
Hi.
All right, hold on a second, buddy. I'm going to play your gimmick. It's time now to figure out who's going to win with Brian Schmidt Jr. Hi, Brian. Oh, jeez. Haunta.
What's going on, little Brian?
Hi, Brian. So I got a question for you. I have a question for you. Who's gonna win, you or Tristan Law?
That's right.
That's
you.
right, buddy.
Remember when I told you that he's right sometimes, but he's also wrong?
Yeah. This
Okay,
is one of the times he's right.
chat. Should we book this match?
Let me see if anybody from the chat even wants to see this match.
I want to see this match.
So,
He would go over faster than Matt Hardy's kid.
well, Matt Williams says that Junior he's taking Junior to the gym with him. So
Exactly.
Maybe if Junior could do more than one push-up, maybe he could be a formidable opponent for me.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll show you that push-up the 10 push-ups he can do
He
now.
could do 10 push-ups?
Rose, he can do squats, right?
I bet you Junior can eat 11 tacos.
Well, I can do squats too, but my knees hurt, so it's okay.
All right, Brian.
Like Big E. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
like
right.
Big-
Oh my goodness, he's trying to gyrate like Big E.
Oh my God.
Nice.
We got to get video for that.
Yeah, we do. All right, Brian, come back to the phone.
Okay.
All right, so who's gonna win, the Revival or the Usos? Usos, okay.
Huh.
Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley in a last man standing match.
Who?
We're live, pal.
Bobby Lashley.
You're not my son. Ricochet versus AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
That's right.
Really?
And yeah, Doug Sanders, he took his card from you. How dare you? Aleister Black versus Cesaro. We found out who was knocking at the door.
No.
Cesaro.
Oh, I hope that's true.
Wow. Okay. Heavy Machinery versus the New Day versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan, the Planet's champions, the Planeteers.
Daniel Bryan.
Okay, the Planeteers. Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese.
Tony Me.
Okay. Bailey versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Billy.
Okay. Kofi versus Samoa Joe. I know whose answer.
Kofi.
No, that's not the answer. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans.
Really?
Good job, kid.
Rose, put him to bed.
What?
Put him to bed.
No, you're tied, Brian. He's
No.
not tied.
No.
He's a ball of
All
energy.
right, last one, which is probably going to be the main
Last one.
event. You ready? Undertaker
Oh, right.
and Roman Reigns versus Shane and Drew McIntyre in a no-holds-barred match.
Undertaker.
Nice.
Shocker there. Alexa Bliss Fire is being said in the chat by Maddie Williams. Say hi to Uncle Maddie.
Hi, Uncle Manny.
Hi, Uncle Maddie.
Hi, how's it going, Junior?
I should cut your mic.
You knew it wasn't him.
You know what? It's happening. Someone book it for me, please. I'm looking for a general manager to book this match.
Oh, this is easy. What happens is Tristan comes out to the ring. Someone screams out, "Hey, Mike Law!" He turns around and then Junior rolls him
me
up.
Yep. and powders and puts his
Oh,
hand up.
hold on. We got a phone call coming in. All right, babe. Talk to you soon.
Say bye.
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 Thanks for calling.
Bye. Royal Ramble Radio. Who's calling?
Danielle.
Oh my. Oh jeez. Why are you calling?
Because she wants to talk pro wrestling.
I guess she wants to talk pro wrestling.
Hi, Danielle. This is Tristan Law, and we're also sitting here with Dave Lee from Dave Knows Wrestling.
Hello, Danielle.
I like to apologize for my host, Brian, asking why are you calling. So, Danielle, what you got for us?
Nothing.
Danielle.
I am just watching this with my husband, and I thought it was very interesting. You and Rose and Brian.
Oh,
awesome.
So just an FYI, I work with Danielle.
Oh, thanks, Danielle.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate watching.
Well, Danielle, like we say at the show, we're live, pal. So I mean, this is your claim to fame. Go ahead. What you got? You got any questions for us? What you got? Give us something.
Yeah. Do you like wrestling, Danielle?
My husband does.
You know, you're a very supportive wife.
You married
yes, she
well.
Is. You married.
Yes.
She married a Brian.
Oh, and I was saying to the husband that you married.
Like, hold on, wait, Danielle, do you? So, like, when he watches wrestling, do you like feed him? Like, do you like bring out like food on a platter?
What?
No, he better be bringing me food.
Wow. You know what? You know what, Brian? Find a new wife, bro. Find a new wife.
I have a question though. A lot of women, when you're in a relationship, I notice that they have this thing where if you're eating ice cream, they think all ice cream is their ice cream, and you're just allowed to eat this portion, and they steal ice cream from you. Does that happen to anyone else?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah, but see, you shouldn't have married the man if he didn't already bring you your own ice cream.
See, you think that too, though.
Oh, so Daniel, you're saying that when he shows up, he brings two ice creams, one for you, one for him.
I feel like women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't have to steal his ice cream.
You see, if I was him, I'd get you a smaller spoon than me. So so that when I'm done,
wage equality. We support wage equality.
I could be
continue. Tristan.
I could be finished before
yeah,
her.
but my arm can move faster, so I can just keep shoveling it in. So you'll be all right.
Damn, poor Bri.
No.
Hey, well, Danielle, thanks for listening and thanks for calling.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Bye, Danielle.
Bye.
Bye. Talk to you tomorrow.
You've been in the ice cream spot. That's happened to you at least once.
Let me tell you how this works.
Hold on. Before I go,
Yeah.
before we go any further, that was Danielle. I work with her. Her daughter is now my son's girlfriend.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
She's going to be stealing Brian Jr.'s ice cream.
Poor guy.
No, she's already got him like wrapped around his finger.
Nah, to fix him quickly.
Nope. I tried.
Fix him.
I can't fix him.
Poor guy.
I know.
Like now, so he's going to be watching wrestling, right? Brian Jr. is going to be watching wrestling, predicting who's going to win.
Yes.
But while he's doing that, he's serving her on hand, on feet. Like, like, here you go, baby, feeding her a platter of cookies, of baby cookies. Poor guy.
Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
They run we go to baseball games, the local baseball team, real sports that happens other place else. And he will share everything that he has.
Poor guy.
No.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
You need something for yourself.
He shares it. He brings 2 spoons.
Oh, he's such a nice guy.
I know, right?
Did you coach him to do that? Did Rose coach him to do that?
No, I taught him how to
say,
do that.
Hey, little man, make sure you bring 2 spoons.
That's what I said.
No, you see what I'm going to do is I'm going to coach my little man. Yo, little man, make sure you eat it before you show up. And then when you pop up, you be like, there was none left.
And when was the last time you got laid?
I was going to say, and then when they don't want to play doctor anymore, you're going to know why.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope, for God's sake, Brian Jr. is not playing doctor. Okay, I hope that he's just playing friends.
No,
okay?
No. True story.
Oh no.
True story. Before we get into
I was
Extreme
actually
Rules.
talking about playing doctor. I wasn't using that as a euphemism.
No, it's not a euphemism. So we got him one of those play doctor sets from some random thing.
I just bought my friend's daughter that. Am I not supposed to? Wait, is this bad?
Hold on. Let me finish.
Bad?
So Rose and Danielle talk back and forth. They're like they're besties now. They are legitimate besties, I think. But that's there can be a debate in chat if anybody wants to, or I can get a harassing text.
Oh yeah, okay.
Anyway, so he dressed up as a doctor and told my wife Rose to take a picture and send it to Danielle because he wants to play doctor with Nicole.
But he doesn't know what that means.
Oh,
no, he's 4 years old. He doesn't know what it means.
I was using it as actually playing doctor. I was not using that as code. I was being serious.
No, he's actually done that.
Okay then.
Hey, look, as long as
because he shares his ice cream.
Exactly.
Could you see where this is going?
As long as he's not playing hide the hot pocket, we're okay.
No.
Hide the hot
Thank you, God.
Right.
He doesn't know what any of this means.
Oh my
'Cause
god!
Wow.
Wow, hide the hot pocket.
Because the reason I asked it was like I was in the store. I was gonna buy my friend Brian. He's got 3 kids. I was gonna buy him a bunch of toys, and like the youngest girl, I was like, what do I get? And it was like one was like a toy makeup thing or something for girls, and then the other one was a pink doctor thing. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna pigeonhole her and saying it's got to be a makeup thing. I'll get her a doctor thing.
Yeah,
right.
And now you're making me second guess that. Should I not have?
No. How old is she? How old is she?
2.
Didn't she?
Well, right. You're encouraging her to become.
So the doctor thing is okay. You scared the crap out of me.
No, Brian scared the crap out of me.
Okay.
Wait,
so we all
so
scared
we're playing the blame on the father.
Of course.
It happens at
that's what
home,
you
and I
get.
can't escape it from
But
here.
Dave,
Jesus
you,
Christ.
you
Okay,
did,
so it's
you
fine.
did good. You
Okay.
encouraged.
You
encouraged
encourage
her.
her. You encourage her to be
encouraged-
something better.
Well,
right,
no, not
gotcha.
saying that doctor's better, but you encourage her to make more
Right.
money than being a beautician.
Basically.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if my son makes more money, I'm retiring at 30. Anyway.
Hey, well, Matt, thanks. We're glad that we're more entertaining than the crackhead guy sitting next to you in the floor at the train station. If we are more
That's really entertaining.
yeah, I know, right?
Matt, if we are more entertaining, I need you to share us because it looks like you're watching on Facebook Live. And anybody out there, if you're listening, if you're on YouTube, go to YouTube and subscribe to us. You can find our link.
Get to the freaking Extreme Rules.
Oh no, we are.
Didn't we just talk about it?
No, we didn't.
No,
we
we
didn't go
got
through
to
it.
do ours.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So yeah, RoyalRambleRadio.com and go subscribe and like our YouTube and our Twitch and everything else, and just hit the share button because we're about to get into Extreme Rules, which is this Saturday. It's the 11th.
Sunday.
This Sunday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's so much wrestling on Saturday. I got confused.
God.
But this is the 11th event under the Extreme Rules name, and I'm ready.
All right. So
Interesting.
let's. All right. So what's pre-show?
Okay, so I think for the pre-show could be definitely Aleister Black and Cesaro.
No.
You don't think so?
No. A tag match is going on pre-show.
Well, obviously,
The triple threat's going to go on pre-show.
obviously, you're going to get the 205, the cruiserweight match between Drew Gulak and Tony Nese. That's going to be pre-show.
I think that's. I don't think that's gonna be pre-show.
Here's what I would do. If I'm going to do the cruiserweight match, not in a pre-show, I'm going to do the tag match as the pre-show.
Which tag match? Though?
I'm going to do the one with Daniel Bryan and Rowan.
The triple threat. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Because you know what? I want people to watch the pre-show and it'll lead into the pay-per-view. However, if I do the cruiserweight match as the pre-show match, I think the tag match should be that three-way tag match should be the first match. Because Heavy Machinery is crazy entertaining right now.
Okay, hold on.
Crazy entertaining.
I need to share something right now because Kasima, being the we're going to call her our executive producer for right now. She just texted me a photo. That's a T-shirt for Taker and Roman for this event. Tristan's going to look at it. I'm going to share it with Dave.
What's wrong with the shirt?
Okay, it's very Brangelina.
Yeah, it is.
But so why does it matter? It's merch. It's about money. It's about
money.
dollars.
It's merch, and that will sell because I know I'm going to buy one.
Why?
So why'd you make it seem like it was such a poop idea?
It's easy.
Listen, we couldn't sell our shirts. We sold.
Well, you know
we're
what?
the only ones that bought the shirts.
You know what?
And I gave one to Dave.
You know what?
Thanks, buddy.
When we were selling shirts, we were not as intricate as we are now.
Yeah, because how many people do we have following now?
We have about 380 people and counting following us on Facebook.
Right.
And we're brand new on Twitch. We're brand new on YouTube, and we're growing.
Yeah.
Compared to other things going on out there, new things. We have some following.
Yeah, we have some good following.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get that T-shirt branding right there, executive producer.
You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's go with Drew Gulak and Tony Nese, who in the singles match.
Okay.
Who you guys got?
Gulak's retaining.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, Gulak's gonna retain because it's gonna come to a head at SummerSlam.
To me, it's just pattern recognition of how the cruiserweights have been working. It's the flavor of the month holds on to it until the next guy does.
Yeah, basically.
They wrestled a cruiserweight on 205 Live on Wednesday, Tuesday after SmackDown. There was an Extreme Rules match because we don't use the word hardcore in WWE. There was an Extreme Rules match as the main event, and what they should have done was save that Extreme Rules for
Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules.
I agree.
Because now it's not. Now we're My issue right now with the whole entire card that we're about to run down, there are a lot of extreme stream matches.
There's one.
There are matches with gimmick matches, and there's just regular
Two.
straight up matches.
So there's one no holds barred match. There's one last man standing match, and everything else is just a standard match except for one handicap match.
I felt that way about TLC too. There's been plenty of TLC pay-per-view matches without T, L, or C.
Yeah.
Right. That's like getting a BLT with no B.
Or
How do you get a sandwich with no bacon?
Yeah.
All right, so
Sandwiches and a sandwich without mustard. It's just two breads and a piece of meat.
so I think that Drew Gulak's definitely going to retain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Revival versus the Usos. Revival's keeping it.
So
That's the way it's gonna be.
So the Usos right now were trying to go for a record of I think it's like 7-time tag champion.
7-time world champs.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Raw.
For Raw.
right, but
It's
attack
this porn
champs.
just-
Attack champs.
No, but the record, I mean, is
Oh,
the
they're only
record's
going for
not-
Raw.
Yeah, there are other
Okay.
there are other tag team champions who have had more, tag
Right.
team held.
Like the Dudleys.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes.
I think that the Revival should hold on to it.
They're going to.
I think the chase is good for the Usos, and I do want to say the Usos have the best music in WWE next to Bayley.
Not,
Okay. You're entitled to your stupid opinion.
Thank
but
you.
That's fine.
Your opinion's stupid, Brian.
I'm not the stupid idiot. To quote a phrase.
What do you think, Brian? Oh, you
Revivals.
said
I said the
Revival.
Revival because FTR.
I want to, but your son brings up a good point.
He just said the Usos.
Yeah.
That's a good enough point for saying, oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, well, I'm worried that they're just gonna punk out the Revival. That's what I'm worried about because they do have a habit of doing that.
They've done. Yeah, they have done. All right.
I like the Usos. It's not that I don't. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Strowman versus Lashley. Do we see this going longer than 10 minutes? Last man standing.
Possibly. I see it going longer than that if they do it right.
You got two big men in there.
Yeah.
You got two big men doing. You got two big men. How they wrestled that brawl 2 weeks ago on Raw.
You mean how it just ended in a flash?
I think that there should be. I think they should destroy the set again.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
I think they should be because I've been reading on the dirt sheets, and everything's at work until it's proven. Then it's still at work. They're working on new sets for Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
So you're gonna let two big men just destroy everything?
But I don't think that affects the Raw SmackDown sets if they do it on pay-per-view.
Yeah,
It's still the same set.
No.
It's still the same HD set. Yes.
No, it is,
is.
but I don't think they want us to know that.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Sorry. But anyway,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I think that match should go to there should be no definitive winner in that match.
No, I think it should go to a no contest like Cody and Darby did.
Because I think if you go to a finish with that match, then where do you go from here? I can't possibly right now off the top of my head. I can't think where you go from here. So you know what? Put them in a match where there's no definitive finish. Why don't both men be down for the count of 10? But you know what though? That spot that happened on Monday Night Raw, would have been a good spot. For this pay-per-view.
Yes.
And then there would be no definitive finish.
But I think that there's also something to be said about there's certain matches that have screwy finishes.
Yeah.
Typically, I Quit matches. Most of them have screwy finishes. Last Man Standing, not as many as I Quit matches, but it's one of those that invites this kind of finish that you guys are talking about,
Right.
like a nondescript. Because we've had plenty of them where they just ended one guy stayed down for the count, but a lot of times they do invite some sort of shenanigans, some sort of
What is
nonsense.
evil shenanigans?
Yeah, something something to prevent it from just being a straight up. We punched each other until one of them stayed down for 10.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
having a double count out, something like that, it's kind of inviting for that. But if I'm just going to pick a winner just for picking a winner's sake, I will bet with my heart and just say Braun because I want Braun to win stuff.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Dave on this. And the rumor on the dirt sheets is Braun's gonna get a big push as soon as Heyman takes full control. Please push Braun. Please.
I'm not. Yeah, just let both men be. No definitive winner.
Okay.
And then move on.
All right. Ricochet versus AJ.
That's a regular straight up singles match.
Regular straight singles match.
I think that AJ Styles should win, but he should not win clean.
Nope.
There should be 100% heat in the finish.
Yes.
So however he wins, where he has to cheat to win, because remember, you got to look at it. Ricochet has beaten the three of them. He's beaten AJ and the other two members from the club over the past couple of weeks,
Yes.
right? So now, did he not beat AJ?
No, he did. He beat AJ.
Okay, so he's
but I don't
beat-
think he's beaten Gallows or Anderson.
Yes, he did. He
Yeah.
beat them on SmackDown.
Okay.
I mean, on Raw.
Okay.
So now what you have now is that they have to cheat to win, and in order for them to win, it's some kind of screwy finish that the referee does not see at all.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to put the belt on AJ Styles.
Okay.
And then that can keep the story going. You know, Ricochet could say, "Hey, well, you cheated and whatever." They can do whatever. You know, maybe you could put them in a cage match to keep Gallows out, but that's already been done already.
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost think you have to perpetuate the idea of the club, whatever they want to call
Right.
it, being a thing. You know,
It's
that's
Right.
gotta be a thing now.
Right.
but you make this new faction look bad if they don't, if they lose.
Yeah.
So then
If they're kingpin losers, you know.
Yeah.
So my thing as well too is that you want to get the club over, not the bar. You want to get the club over, okay? Which is the three of them.
Yeah.
AJ and the other two guys. I can't remember their name right now.
Gallows and Anderson
And
taught
Anderson,
Asian
right.
wife.
So now what you got to do now is you got to stick somebody with Ricochet. Who?
See,
Ooh.
You need to stick somebody with Ricochet so Ricochet can now even the odds.
I have
Make it Finn, and Finn does the turn.
That I was gonna say, like, I would see Finn joining up with the club, and I wouldn't be surprised, or I would be okay with them helping out Finn retain the IC belt, and then Finn comes out to make the save to help AJ out,
Yep. But here's the funny thing, though.
or vice versa, whichever way.
Here's the funny thing. Finn's not on the card,
Okay.
so that's kind of not.
No, I mean, like, at some point. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
when.
I agreed. At some
Yeah,
point,
at
it's gonna
some
happen.
point.
Right.
At some point.
And
the
then you have
club helps.
Nakamura become the club killer all over again.
Yeah.
The
So-
Gaijin killer.
Yeah,
So
see, he gets it.
I would think that I don't think it should be them, because you need somebody, whoever's going to be in the corner of Ricochet, going forward, so that they can even the odds, so that AJ and Ricochet can continue to feud for the U.S. Championship. It should be the Street Profits.
Don't take him off of NXT.
They've already
Yeah.
been on Monday Night Raw, and
I
they're
know,
doing
But
great
the
things.
rumor has it they're not being officially called up. They're just
Okay, but you know
hanging
what?
out.
They're just chilling.
And they can still watch Ricochet's back.
But see, I mean, I don't mind that plan, but there's nothing stopping all these plans from happening. Because
Yeah.
I'm with Brian on that. Like, let Nakamura, because especially since I've been talking about earlier, I want Nakamura to go good. So the club, I say that Finn helps out the club or AJ Styles get that U.S. belt. At some point in time, they help him retain the Intercontinental belt against Nakamura. Nakamura turns good, partners up with Ricochet. So now we got Nakamura and Ricochet, and then we got all four members of the Bullet Club.
Which
the club.
Nakamura did do in New Japan.
Right.
He did fight
That's what I'm saying.
and take down the
And-
club.
And if you want to bring up the Street Profits to join them,
Fine.
Then you have an even two teams.
Right,
Yes.
and that's my point.
You have
But
two
you see-
you have two. Excuse my French. You have two stables in there to fight each other.
But here's my thing, though. You guys being the diehard New Japan fans,
Not really diehard.
I don't. Well, okay. Let me.
But I
rephrase
know
that.
a little more than
that you're familiar with the product a lot more than I am.
Yeah.
If you saw Finn Balor or Shinsuke get involved, you're automatically thinking it should be something that just happens to where you don't even expect it. So right now you expect it because Ricochet's going to need the odds evened. So it shouldn't be those two. It should be something.
I feel you.
It shouldn't be. It's like your first date. They shouldn't give it up to us on the first date.
Yes, they should.
They should make us. They should make us work.
I'm gonna
for it
keep
a
my
little
mouth shut because my wife is listening. So
All right.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying, yeah. I think me and Brian see it coming to a degree, and I think some people will,
Yeah.
of course. But I think a lot of fans will be surprised because the idea of turning Finn heel is shocking.
yes, it is.
Like Daniel Bryan and AJ. It was a shock. I think it was a shock for a lot of fans when AJ turned recently. And also when Daniel Bryan turned, I thought that was a big surprise for people. So, yeah, there are going to be some fans who might be able to predict this, but I think the act of Finn Balor,
Turning
super
heel.
over Finn Balor,
Turning heel.
Yeah, little kids love him.
Yeah.
You know.
My son will cry.
Oh, no.
He'll cry.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Brian will lose his smile. Anyway,
Aleister Black and Cesaro.
Cesaro. I hate this. I hate to see Alistair's first match back get squashed, but I'm sorry.
I want to believe that.
But
I want to.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's going to be Aleister Black.
We'll see Thursday.
Cesaro's had some good showings the past couple weeks. So if Cesaro takes the loss on Sunday, I don't think it's going to hurt Cesaro as much as it would hurt Aleister Black coming back from his first match.
But Cesaro has looked pretty good. Aleister Black has looked pretty good before
Right, but he's
Yeah.
been off
I
TV since
know.
before WrestleMania.
You're right. It's just I
After
want
WrestleMania.
I want Cesaro to get a push so badly. I think Cesaro is very underutilized.
He
So,
deserves it.
I'm just gonna root with my heart again and just go for Cesaro.
All right, the triple threat tag. Who wins? New Day, or the Planeteers? Because obviously Heavy Machinery is just in there just for fluff.
I don't know, Tristan.
Listen, stakes and
Tristan
weights
might
only
argue.
can get you so
Tristan
far.
Tristan might argue.
I say keep it on Daniel Bryan and Rowan.
Yep, I agree.
Same here.
Yep. All right. Bailey versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. Who is gonna win there, Tristan?
One of the things that I don't know how this match is going to finish. You know, maybe it might go to like a commercial break and come back and be a tag match. Because one of the things that one of the things
Do you think your girl's coming back?
one of the things that Nikki Cross said was you need to find yourself a friend. And I hated that WWE put that into the universe because everybody's automatically thinking Sasha Banks.
Yep.
Sasha Banks should have just shown up.
Yeah, I agree.
Now Sasha Banks can't show up. Or maybe it could be a little underlying story between Bailey and Becky. I'm sorry, between Bailey and Sasha. Hey, where were you? You're my friend. They could probably show Sasha backstage at Extreme Rules, and she doesn't help Bailey, and that could put a story between them.
Yeah, I hear you. Because if you tease something that makes people think a certain thing and you don't deliver it, it looks terrible.
Yeah,
correct.
that's correct.
And if you do deliver, well, you could have just shut up.
Yeah.
Right.
Kofi versus Joe.
Kofi.
As much as we want Joe champ, it's gonna be
It's
Kofi.
not that I want Joe
not-
champ. It's that I'm worried Kofi is injured.
Problem is though, Joe's not. The title's not going to change until SummerSlam. I'm
hear
calling
you, but
it
if
now.
I hear you, but if Kofi is hurt, they have to take it off of him.
They could do
We
what
know
they,
Kofi's hurt right now,
They could do what they did with Ray, make it a squash.
and
like-
have him take it off of him. Like, you're kind of backing me up here. I'm going with
Yeah.
Joe on this one.
All right.
I don't want to. I want Kofi to hold on to it. I'm just saying, if he's injured, that's a problem.
I'm going with Kofi. Kofi's going to continue to retain because if he's injured to the point to where he can still wrestle a match, you know, if you give him
think it's a squash, dude.
if you give him another week off and he's good, then he's good.
Hopefully that's all that is.
Yeah.
I don't know the extent of his injury. I'm just worried about that. That's why I'm going to put it on Joe, just because I'm worried about that. If Kofi's 100% or even 90%, I don't think it goes to Joe. Believe me, I don't think that's happening.
Taker and Roman versus Shane and Drew. Thank you.
I think that it should be.
I think it should be Shane.
I don't think it should be Shane. I think Undertaker needs to win, and so does Roman Reigns. It'd be a good match for them. I think it should be a close match. He's got to keep in mind you got Undertaker and Roman Reigns in there, two wrestlers against Drew McIntyre. He's the only wrestler.
That's true.
So it is. I don't understand how. I don't know how Shane could beat the Undead and the guy that owns the yard.
Yeah.
Can't.
And they're going to end it with Roman Reigns and Undertaker shaking hands, and I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, I literally want to just not turn off. I don't want to watch Extreme Rules because I know that's gonna.
You are
Frickin'.
one heck of a friend.
All right, last match, probably going to be the end of the night. Probably not. Seth and Becky, the man's man and the man versus Baron Corbin and the lady.
I want Corbin and Lacey to take it because when everybody's watching the same night, everybody's going to blame Vince McMahon. Oh, Vince McMahon this, Vince McMahon that. They're not going. If Lacey and Baron Corbin come out of Extreme Rules with the belt, is everybody still going to be praising Heyman? Is everybody going to still want to cancel the WWE networks? Yes, they're going to want to cancel, and they're going to say that Vince is still meddling in everything. That's what they're going to say. But 2 weeks ago, everybody was riding el penis of Paul Heyman.
Yeah, but Heyman isn't booking this.
Heyman has nothing to do with this pay-per-view.
Right, but it's his storylines.
But no,
it's not.
But if everybody's 2 weeks ago, everybody was saying, "Oh, well, Heyman has a finger."
Yeah.
Heyman has
a finger,
But not with Baron Corbin.
not complete control.
Right, but this is his match on his show.
No, it's not.
It's so you're trying to tell me that if
Show me proof that it's his match.
Well, show me
No,
proof.
show me proof.
Okay, I can't show you proof.
Okay,
show me.
then
Hold on,
I can't
hold
show
on.
you proof either.
Show me
So
proof
it's
2 weeks
just-
ago. So it's
just
rumor
rumor
and
and
innuendo. Okay,
But
then.
You owe me a beer.
But that's not-
I'll back you up. I'll back you up. I'll back you up on this one. Because even if people say they're going to cancel their subscription, they're not going to do it.
They don't.
And
No.
even if Paul Heyman gets this ball and has to run with it, he will. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm not going to vote, for Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans is because I think it's more entertaining if we do the reverse. Let's say two good guys. One of them is going to lose their belt because the other one got pinned. Not they're both getting pinned. So that's going to mean like either Becky lost her belt because of Seth or Seth lost his belt because of Becky. we're going to see them fight now, two good guys argue about that, or they're just going to not acknowledge it, that's not entertaining.
Right.
If
Yeah.
a heel loses a chance of winning the title because of the other heel, then we get to see them argue and fight. That's more entertaining.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I don't even think it's going to go like that, because what I think is going to happen is I think Seth and Becky are going to pin Lacey and Baron at the same exact time, and so they're going to be like, oh, we're so in love and all this crap, and
Well, I definitely want them to
cheesy
touch.
ending.
I definitely want them to touch. I definitely
Oh, yeah,
want
I think
Baron Corbin and Becky Lynch to touch.
I think
in the ring.
what you said earlier is going to happen, but
Yeah.
I think it ends with both of them pinning both of them at the same time.
Yep. All right, that's 2 hours. Holy crap!
Over.
It's only 5 minutes.
Only 5
Yeah,
minutes.
we're
Not
like
that
a
big
real
deal.
episode of Raw. We go over.
This is very true. I want to thank Dave from Dave Knows Wrestling for
Thank
coming
you.
on. Thank you again for coming on.
Thank you
We
for having me.
appreciate everything.
Don't come back. We're changing the locks.
That's fair.
He works here.
Yeah, wait a minute. I do work here
How do you have a key?
because I work here.
They give you keys to every door. What are you, the janitor? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're the janitor. All right.
You give your
Dave, you want to promote anything?
Yeah, check me out on Dave Knows Wrestling over on the YouTube, as well as Dave Knows Comics. And if you want to have a chat, you can always find me at Dave Lee Wrestle on Twitter.
And you can also check out his new website, davedon'tknowshit.com. Just saying, I'm trying to put you over, bro. It's all about putting you over.
Justin, put yourself over.
Brian, that's watching the show and in the chat.
That is Danielle's husband.
God, Brian is just Mr. Blow to finish. Joseph Ritchie, first time watching, appreciate you. Brian, Matt Williams, everybody else that was in the chat and that watched for the first time, we appreciate it. We'll be back next week. You can check us out at RoyalRambleRadio.com. Tell your friends. Don't make us be the best secret that you got. Tell your friends. And then like us on Twitter and share us. And tomorrow there'll be a watch party. So if you missed the moment, you can watch again with everybody else.
And I may show up.
You might show up?
I might show up.
Yeah, I might.
Also, I want to say thank you again for anyone tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you being here. We will see you guys next week. Peace.